Hello and welcome to another episode of Grange TV. I couldn't help myself. I had to kick off because I want to see the Swanson versus Pineda fight, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to watch it, I'll I may as well go live. So I'm watching it now, and we are live. So yes, I couldn't help myself. We were meant to start at 2, and I was sitting here, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to watch this, I may as well. I may as well watch the fights with everyone. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Cub Swanson, and I'm actually a fan of Daniel Pineda as well now. He really impressed me in his last fight. I didn't think he was going to win that fight like before the fight started, and then once it kicked off, it was like, no, he's going to win this fight. So yeah, he made me a fan as well that day. So I'm very excited to see this fight. I'm excited for the whole card actually. So I'm pretty pumped for it. And I also want to thank Eddie Wang, Father Time. We have a clock here now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a clock. So I'm very pumped for this and ready to go. Henry, I'm good, man. I'm really good. I'm good. Um, no, I didn't see it. I just got on here now, man. So thank you guys. Thanks, Jack the Ripper. Chase, no, I didn't see the KO. Unfortunately, I was doing a little bit of training and I just got on here now. So I didn't get to see that. But yeah, I didn't get to see the Anthony Joshua fight either. I just got in actually. Oh, did he? Ah, I didn't get to see it. I just walked in now, Jason. Just walked in. How are you, Oliver? How you doing, Andrew? I will. I know that's the thing, man. I just got here, and like I said, I wasn't going to watch it, but I was going to watch it anyways. But then I just sat down and yeah, and I just wanted to watch this fight. I have, man. Both these guys are really good. I don't know who. Tell me who you guys think will win out of Cub and Pineda. I Yeah, this is going to be a crazy fight. Good to hear from you, Chase. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being part of it and everything, and really makes it worthwhile doing. I really appreciate everything, man. I really appreciate you guys watching and following the channel. Please like, subscribe, share with people, and also uh, make sure you hit that bell button so you get the who do you predict? Who do I predict for the co-main? Man, I don't know. That's a real tough one. My heart's with Charles. I hope Charles wins. Just because, like I said before, I've had the opportunity when he was much younger to train with him, and he was an absolute gentleman. So I really like Charles. I think he's got the skills to do it as well. He's got the age factor on his side, but Tony's an enigma, man, and Tony can always bring it, and Tony can always, he's very good. And in fairness, I think when things don't go exactly how Charles wants it to go early on in a fight, he starts to kind of wilt a little bit, and that's unfortunate. But I do think that is one of the problems here. So I see either early Charles or late Tony. My man, my family are good, mate. How are you, Jack the Ripper? Why is the mainstream going with Holland? Why is the mainstream going with Holland to beat Jacare so hard? Laugh out loud. Look, I think that Holland can definitely do it. I think that he's got a lot of advantages. He's young, he's on a tear, etc. Um, man, I'm a bit torn with that. My heart says Jacare. I think he's got the skills to do it as well. But I think that Holland is no easy task, man. No easy task at all. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, love Cub, but he might be past his prime. I do agree. I do agree that he he maybe not maybe he is past his prime, but I hope Cub wins. He's got really good boxing, man. Good wrestling, that good combination, and Pineda, man, he's got serious game, serious jiu-jitsu, serious people. I'm really excited, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, we will be starting very shortly. Let me get the bell for old time's sake, and we're off, people. We're off. There's a time. Pineda's very patient, looks very strong, holding the center of the octagon. Cub in the southpaw stance. Pineda swings with a kick to the with a high kick. Cub switches back to orthodox. I think Cub's looking for a low kick. He comes in with a nice jab, steps in out. Ooh, Pineda hits him with a low kick. Right overhand followed by a left hook by Cub Swanson. Low kick into the clinch. Both guys here. Pineda seems to be more happy to engage in the clinch. Cub seems to be wanting to break out of the clinch. He's got good head positioning. Does Cub. Pineda hits with a little uppercut and a front kick to hold Cub up against the cage. He's doing a great job of cutting off the octagon, is Pineda. Pineda looks significantly bigger. Pineda's doing a great job. He's not following Cub around. Another low kick landed by Pineda. Left hook, right hand landed by Pineda. Both of those shots landed on Cub. Right hand landed by Cub, followed by left hand by Pineda. Left, right by Cub. And Pineda answers one of his own plus a calf kick. They exchange jabs. Calf kick landed again by Pineda. Swanson lands a right kick of his own and switches to southpaw stance. He's felt those kicks. And it's very, very early. 3:30 seconds to go. Very, very, very nice. But Cub's felt it. He hits him with a lead right hand, but not flush. Pineda's holding the center of the octagon, doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job. 3:12 to go. Pineda feinting with a jab. Another massive calf kick landed by Pineda. Spins Cub Swanson around. Cub answers with a kick of his own and a combination of punches, none of which land flush. Pineda's very patient. Another massive kick caught by Cub followed by a right hand landed straight on the chin of Pineda with a little bit of ground and pound by Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson's entering the half guard, but Pineda's setting up an inverted heel hook and he's in, but the knee's out. The knee's out. Cub Swanson's going to get out of this. So he's out of it. He's got one butterfly in, does Pineda. He's in half guard. And Cub Swanson's got a good position here. He's got the underhook. He's looking to flatten Pineda out. That was a very, very, very nice first round so far. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Feels like we've been fighting for a long time. Cub's maintaining a very good position here. Just trying to flatten Pineda out. Use that underhook. Keep his body weight on him. Keep him flat. He's doing a fantastic job. He's got a little bit of shoulder pressure on him there. Great job by Cub Swanson. Pineda looks very, very comfortable. No damage done. Upward, nice elbow there by Pineda. Cub Swanson's looking to pass. He's looking for that half guard. I can't see from here if he's managed to. Yep, so they're in half guard. Pineda's looking to push that wrist through, possibly looking for a triangle. There's the triangle. It's on, but Cub Swanson can see it. He's going to posture out of it. He did. He's back in. Oh, that armbar's deep, but he's turned. He's turned. Cub Swanson has turned. The armbar's not in. Cub Swanson's looking to get the back of Pineda. Pineda managed to use that armbar as well to stand up. He's out. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. Great exchange here by both guys. Right hand landed by Swanson. Right hand landed by Swanson again. But those kicks are going to tell the tale of this fight, I believe. If Pineda can keep landing those kicks. Spinning back kick landed, but not flush. Double leg. He's in very deep on Swanson. They both roll. Great job by Swanson to roll, but he ended up back on the bottom. I believe he's gone fishing for a leg lock here. He's going for it now. He's trying to retain guard. And Pineda's looking to pass. Great job. These guys are scrambling. The pace is great. Right hand. There was a right hand there right after that break, right after that scramble. Another leg kick landed by Pineda. Right hand landed by Cub Swanson. 40 seconds to go. That was a flush right hand landed on the chin of Pineda. And another right-left landed by Cub Swanson. Pineda's up to his feet, but he's stunned. He's hurt. There's 38 seconds to go. Cub Swanson's very, very smart. He's not punching himself out. They're both. This pace has been insane. Cub Swanson dipped and looked for that lead left hook. And he's looking for it again. Pineda spins with an elbow. Nice body kick landed by Cub. He's got to go to the body here. What a pace this first round. Pineda's looking for that calf kick. Right hand landed again by another right hand landed by Cub. Another right elbow landed by Cub and a left elbow right hand landed by Cub. Pineda smiles it off. Small uppercuts there to end the round. Ladies and gentlemen, what a round. What a round. I like that round. Thank you, son. It is not me that's looking slimmer. It's the shirt. What's up, Fab? Looking healthy. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. What a first round. What an absolute amazing first round. I was really, really impressed. I don't even know how to score it. I don't even know. I haven't been surfing much, Henry. I don't even know how to score that first round because a knockdown from Cub Swanson, then he finished that round so strong. But to me, Pineda looked so good at the start of the round. I have to edge it towards Swanson, possibly. Again, I'm not judging the fight, so it's very hard for me to say because I'm not judging it. I'm just calling the fight as I see it. Pretty amazing stuff there, man. That was really, really, really impressive. I love that first round. That was one of the better first rounds I've seen in a long time. Any questions you ask, guys, or anything you put up there, please do it, and I'm going to come back to it as we go. Like just we're off. We're off. So Pineda's gone looking for body kicks and knees early on. Ooh, lead uppercut. Swanson hits Pineda with a lead uppercut. Very, very, very nice. Swanson's gone to southpaw, looks for a hook kick. He's in southpaw now. He's bouncing. He's moving. He's controlling the center. It looks like he's got a nice lead left hand landed by Swanson. Pineda keeps looking for the low kick. I can't score the round. I cannot score the first round. I think Cub maybe, but nothing. Cub's looking again for that lead right hand. Nice left kick to the body. Pineda swings and gets off balance with a kick. Now he's waving Cub on. Cub hits him with a nice little lead, cheeky left hand there by Cub. Nice, another lead left hand landed by Cub. Pineda goes looking for that calf kick, but Cub's getting out of the way. He's very clever, he's Cub, to be getting out of the way he is. Another left hand landed by Cub Swanson. Pineda goes in deep for the takedown. He's in. He's got the single leg, but he's doing a great job. Is Swanson off cross-facing him and getting his head back into the center line. He's not going to be able to finish this. I really, really doubt that he finishes this. And this is when it starts to get very hard because he's already gassed. And this takes a lot of energy when you miss a double leg. Swanson's doing a fantastic job. Now Pineda's doing a good job of holding Cub up against the cage. He's got an underhook, but it's not deep enough. Cub's just holding there, and he's going to break. I think Pineda. Left hand landed by Cub. They exchange, and a right uppercut. Pineda's down. Pineda's down. He's in. It's over. What a punch, man. What a punch. Cub Swanson is a beast. I'm a huge fan of Cub Swanson. Always been a fan of Cub. Mate, wow. Wow. What a punch, man. What a shot. What a shot, man. I was so impressed. So impressed. That was fantastic, guys. I'm so glad we got to watch it together. Honestly, look at this. Boom, left hook lands by Cub. Bang, uppercut lands 1-2. And that right hand, but that uppercut got him. Nice. Look. Here it is. Uppercut. Boom, boom. What a combination. I really, really liked it. I was very, very, very impressed with that. Wow. That was, man, that was such a good fight. I really liked that fight. I'll just answer some of the questions that people put up, but that was, man, that was a fantastic fight. Okay. Yes, I do need to watch the Fiziev fight. I will watch it. My prediction for the main event, honestly, I have to give it like this. I can't say, this guy will win for sure, but I have to give it like this. It's Figgy early, I believe, or Moreno later. Because the thing with Moreno, I think that if he can take it out a little bit later, a little bit past the first, second, third round like that, I want to see Figgy deep in those rounds, and I want to see how the weight cut affects him. So That's my prediction. I think Moreno late or Figgy early. Of course, it can go the other way too. But you're asking me what I think. That's what I think. This is fighting, at the end of the day. Um, Thank you, Adrian. I hope it is the greatest live stream on planet Earth. Who do you predict to win the co-main? Like I said, I think, again, I'll go the other way on that one. I think Charles Oliveira early or Tony late. I think Charles has so many questions he asks in those first 7 minutes, and then he starts to kind of go down a little bit. But those first 7 minutes are a storm. He goes from submission to submission to submission with crisp striking and good range, and then he has been known to wilt a little bit. Having said that, my heart's with Charles, but that's how I see from being objective. Whereas Tony is a little bit unorthodox and a bit of a late starter kind of thing. But as he gets his rhythm going, it gets harder and harder. So it's kind of a clash of styles, really. So that I'm really, really excited to see that. I want to see how they go with that. And you guys let me know what you think as well, please. I'm just giving my opinion. Why do you think the mainstream's going with? I think Holland is blowing up right now, and I think Jacare lost his last couple of fights, and people know only what's fresh in their heads. Having said that, Holland's an amazing talent. I don't know how much steps Jacare has lost, because although he did really well against Jan, I think the light heavyweights move a little slower. They're not as dynamic. In particular, Jan's a plodding monster. You know what I mean? He's not fast and dynamic and heaps of different looks. So Kevin is very different to him. I think that's where it might be a little bit difficult for Jacare. Hey, Randy, what's happening? Hey, Hassan, how are you, my friend? Thank you, Randy. Do I think the masses are swayed by Holland's big personality? I don't know, because I don't really watch that part of MMA. I don't really get into it too much. But definitely in the UFC, that's what they want, and that's what they're going to pump. He's a monster, is Cub. I haven't been surfing much, Henry. I have not been surfing much. Doing my best. Hey, Fab, why do MMA fighters keep their hands down when striking? It depends, man, because one, you have a lot of different parts of the body that can be attacked. The head, the body, the legs, and then there's a lot of different ways that those parts of your body can be attacked. You can be kicked, you can be grabbed, you can be taken down, you can be tripped, you can be pushed. There's a whole lot of different things that can happen. And then there's also the distances with which you fight. So you're not fighting in a Muay Thai range. You can fight much further out than a Muay Thai range. You're not really fighting in boxing range unless you're going to sit there and box it out. So the ranges are very different as well. So having your hands up here like this is not going to be necessarily as beneficial for you, because there's kicks coming. There's kicks coming to you. There's kicks coming to your legs. There's kicks coming from all different areas. A lot of the times having your hands a little bit lower and being a little bit further out of the pocket, it gives you more mobility. You're able to move more fluidly. You're able to transition to different things. You're able to stop takedowns more readily. So the distance that you fight at matters a lot. You're not fighting up close. If you're fighting up close and your hands have to be here, your hands have to be here. You have to be shelling up. But if you're fighting at a little bit longer distance, then your hands can be a little bit lower. You can see the punches coming. You can react to takedowns. You can kick. You can do a whole bunch of different things. And you create different distances. So people aren't seeing the jab coming from up here. The jab's coming from the bottom. You can do a lead right hand from the same chamber that people can't really read. But the distance has got to be. You can't be in close with your hands down. That's a no-no. Yeah, there's a whole here. White Wolf, you're right about Connor. Connor's got another thing. He's long. He's very long for that division. Like, he's a big boy, and he's very, very good and hits very, very hard. And so what he does, he allows you to go across him like a little bit, where traditionally shouldn't be able to reach you, and he kind of punches across himself, which is very rare. And what he does is he lets you go. He lets you come into that false range. You throw the punch. He slips just out of the way, and then he kind of punches across himself. You think you're outside of his range, but you're not. And then he's got like an anvil in his hands, man. And that's what drops you. That's the thing with Conor. What a shot, eh? That the Cubs, that was crazy, man. Henry, the guests you've been getting on Grange TV have been so good. Moreno, Royval, and Olenik, crazy. Yeah, man, I love those guys. That was amazing. I was so happy to have gotten a chance to do it. I really like the Burt Watson. I really like that. I like being able to talk to those guys that have been around the game for so long. I really, really enjoy it. I really, really, really enjoy it. Let's address the elephant in the room. Oh, where is Eli? Eli was meant to be here, but then his little girl had a dance recital, so he had to go do the dance. He had to go do that. So he just messaged me now. Yeah. Probably saving baby koalas. Thank you, Randy. Hassan, how do you think Till matches up with Vettori? Vettori called out Till and Till accepted. I don't know, man. It's interesting, man. I don't want to write Vettori out. I think he seems to me, this is my honest opinion of it. It wasn't me that it was Eli that wrote Vettori off. I thought that Hermansson would do it. And it was a close fight, in fairness. I don't know about that fight, man, because I think one of the other things that I like with Vettori is that his grappling is really good as well, and he can threaten Till with that and start making him drop his hands. I think that Till has a lot of confidence in his ability to get back up. Excuse me. But I do think that Vettori's grappling is very underrated, very fucking underrated after watching him go with Hermansson. So I think Vettori could do it. I think he's got nice straight punches. I don't know that he has that. He doesn't have quite that speed that I would like. But I think he can do it. I think he could definitely beat Till. It's going to be an interesting fight. I think that's going to answer a lot of questions about Vettori, to be honest. I think Hermansson fight answered a lot of questions, but Hermansson's not known for his striking, Now Hermansson's known for his grappling. If Vettori goes out there and beats Till, I'm like, man, like, that's very serious, and I think he can do it. Thoughts on Mark Hunt versus Paul Gallen? I think Paul Gallen has to put volume on him. I think Paul Gallen's going to get inside, rule inside, and work Mark to the body, and then move outside, and then get back in and work Mark's body, and that's what he's got to try and do. I think Mark's a mean guy, and I don't think anyone wants to get involved in a slugfest with him. And that's where Paul has to be very careful that he's either right up close where Mark can't generate all the power that he wants to, or he's got to be right out. But he can't fight on the perimeter. That's not Paul Gallen. Paul Gallen's not like a guy that's going to fight on the perimeter and dodge and weave and move. That's not who he is. That's not how he fights. He's not Pernell Whitaker. It's not going to happen. So he's going to get inside and he's going to out cardio, and he's going to try and out cardio, land volume, and do that. Is he going to be able to do that until Mark can hurt him, hit him, put him up in the corner? I don't know. I don't know. I think boxing wise, Paul is more active. Paul has more boxing experience. Having said that, Mark hasn't fought for 3 years at all. So, if it was Mark of old, I'd say Mark. Doesn't matter what the style is. Even now, I still think, man, like you're fighting Mark Hunt, it's, he knows how to fight, So I'm always going to go with Mark, and I like Mark. I grew up kind of around him, so I'm always going to go for Mark. Always. Is footwork and movement the most important defense in MMA? I'd say footwork and movement is the most important in any martial arts, because in any martial arts. But let's talk about striking. Yeah, because you have to angle and get off people's center lines so that they can't hit you. that's the thing people don't understand. Like, you just being in that range and in that space is what's going to let the person hit you. So you got to be able to move, in in different angles. Man, like a small fraction of an angle that you cut is already, the person can't hit you. The person can't hit you, at least not with power. Um, yeah, Chris, that's what I was talking about with Connor. That's what I was saying. Like, he creates a false distance. He comes in, he punches across himself. Fab, can hand speed like physio has be trained into nearly anyone, or do you just have to be born with that? It's everything. Like, everything can be trained, but there's things you're going to be better at than other people. Like, you know what I mean? Not everyone. I can go and play basketball and I can train as hard as LeBron, but LeBron's still going to be LeBron, and I'm not going to make the NBA. I might make the state team. You know what I mean? New South Wales state team, but I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play in the NBA. And it's the same with the hand speed. Like, some guys have it. They got it. Other guys, they have to build it up, and you might get pretty fast hands, but you might not get that crazy hand speed. Um, and a lot of that is also, you have to have hand speed, but you have to have the ability to get yourself into a position where you can utilize that hand speed. Because if you have, like, for argument's sake, I was just saying, you got fast hands, but you got a terrible chin, and you don't have good head movement, and you don't cut good angles, then you're not going to be in a position to use the fast hands. And when you get inside, you're going to get knocked out. So fast hands is one thing, and a lot of guys that have those fast hands in a fight might not be the guys that have the fastest hands on the mitts, because you have to have all those other things to be able to use those fast hands. But yeah, you can train to have faster hands, but you're not necessarily going to be the guy with the fastest hands, because that's like anything else. Who should Francis fight for the interim title? If Ciryl wins, mate, we could be talking for sure. For sure, we could be talking Ciryl. Cyryl's a real serious cat, man. Like, he's got a win over Yusuf Bughani. I'm saying the name wrong, I'm for sure. Who's the number one Muay Thai fighter in the world at the moment, a heavyweight. So this is a serious cat. It's no joke. What will fight, Fab? How many pro fighters have you trained? I don't know, man. Like a whole bunch over. Nobody's ever asked me that. Over the years, probably I'd have to say about 15, maybe 10, 15. Fight MMA fighters you're talking about? Just MMA fighters that are pro. That are you talking about UFC or pro? Any like pro, like won Australian titles and that? I've been involved with at least 15. I'd say probably at least 8, 7, or 8, something like that. That are UFC or in a like big organization. Yeah. Part of hand speed is also being relaxed. Yeah. When you're tense, you're slower. Throwing hands versus pushing punches. Yeah, but that comes with experience too. You have to be able to. You have to. And another thing with being tense is what I'm talking about. You have to be able to do that in a fight. You have to have the ability to do that in a fight. Otherwise, if you're good hands on the pads, doesn't mean anything. Uh, Hassan, I will probably do that with the boxing guys. Again, please understand that I would get people on a lot of the times. Sometimes there's like reasons why I can't get someone on, and I'm not going to go into it. And there's other times that people just don't answer back. Um, Joseph, hey, good morning, Joe. How are you? Uh, Chris K. Vittori showed nice hand speed and power, but neither is top notch. Vittori is a classic jack of all trades. He is, but I don't know how good he can get. I don't know how good he can get all of his trades. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, I saw him as a jack of all trades kind of thing, master of none. And then I saw him again in this fight with Hermanson, and fuck, mate, he looked good. He looked like he improved all of his trades. And one of the things that I really liked about Vittori in that Hermanson fight is that he'd prepared for Hermanson and he'd prepared fucking perfectly, and he went out and executed it. That wasn't an accident. He was defending Hermansson's single leg, knowing that that was a single leg Hermansson was going to do, and he went for the butt scoop, he went for the switch, and he knew that that was going to happen, and he did it. And then when he got on top of Hermansson, he knew that Hermansson uses the overhook, the butterfly on the same side to elevate and to go under that other leg, and he blocked that off. He knew what he was doing. He shielded, he put the face down of Hermansson so that Hermansson couldn't elevate him and get under him. So he knew exactly what to do. He and his coaches prepared, and then he went out and executed. And that is something that has really impressed me with Vettori. As someone who coached wrestling, what are the most common mistakes that you see in MMA when it comes to cage wrestling? When it comes to cage wrestling, it's different. There's a big thing because you don't have to be a good wrestler to be a good cage wrestler. Cage wrestling is a little bit different. One of the biggest things that people do wrong, I think, is not having a high underhook. You have to have a high underhook. And your head, when you're up against a cage, say I've taken you down, as a rule of thumb, I want my head above yours. There are times when it's okay, your head can be below, but in general, my head should be above yours. And that allows me to land shots. It allows me to land shots on the way up. It allows me to reshoot. It makes you carry my weight. I have the superior position. So they're probably the two cage wrestling things. And like I said, you don't have to be the best wrestler to have good cage wrestling because you can follow certain principles. Yes, Joseph, we are moving on up, and that's thank you to Father Time, Mr. Eddie Wayne. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. If Rob's going to fight Costa or what, or I don't know that it'd be for the interim title. I think with the amount of movement that's happening now at middleweight, it'd be really hard to justify giving Costa an interim belt after, with all due respect, after the last performance against Izzy. When you have Vettori, for instance, just came off an amazing performance. There's still some movement to be had. Like, for example, let's say Kevin Holland goes out and ices Jacare, or even Jacare comes out and ices Holland. They're going to put their hand up too, So I don't know about the interim belt, and I don't know. I have no idea about it. Chase Dover, do coaches make more money when their fighters make more? Does it just depend on the fighter, or is there a set agreement? It depends on what your agreement is with your fighter, and also what you're doing. Like, it just depends because not all coaches do the same kind of work or the same amount of work or whatever. So I don't know. You know what I mean? It just depends. It depends what your role is in that team. So who knows? You know what I mean? It's not. That's why it's very hard, man. People can go, oh, this guy took 5%, this guy took 1%, this guy took 20%, this guy took 30%, this guy took 50%. It's too much. It's not enough. Da, 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 da. And I don't know because I don't know what you agreed with your fighter. And if, say, for example, you're taking 1% of a purse and you're not doing your job, then you're getting overpaid. You know what I mean? If you're taking 10% of the purse and you're doing all the work, then you're getting underpaid. It just depends on what you and your fighters agreed with and how much work you're going to be doing. It just depends, No, I don't know anywhere else you can watch the fight other than with pay-per-view. I was cringing and Rogan constantly repeating how Fiziev was on another level over and over and over, but then he got the knockout, laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't know. I can't hear the commentary, but I a lot of the times, and I don't say this to be disrespectful to anyone, I do mute the commentary. Well, obviously now because I'm talking, but and this is including myself. You're going to get a bias from the commentator, so it depends. Sometimes if you just want to watch a fight and really just get your own view on it, your own idea on it. A lot of the times when I'm coaching people, I don't watch with the commentary at all because if I'm coaching someone and I'm watching an opponent that they're going to fight in the future, I watch without commentary because I don't want any bias. I don't want any different things in my head about what I want to see, what I'm seeing. Uh, yeah, like I said to his Gane, Ciryl is a monster, dude. He's a proper fucking monster. Um, I haven't seen it, man. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. Rob versus Costa scares me as a fan of Rob, but at the same time, Costa's pretty basic. Look, man, I think Costa's very dangerous, is what I think. But I think Rob's got too many weapons, man. He's got too many weapons. He's fucking fast, dude. He's super fast. Um, and he's very big and very strong. And Costa's not going to be bigger or stronger than him. He might be bigger, stronger than Rob at their walking around weights, but they're not going to. They have to weigh 185, and he's not going to. He's Rob's the big, strong fucking man, and he's very, very fast. Man, it's always there. It's always anyone can beat anyone in that fight. Um, Yeah, look, Hassan. I don't know if Till's overrated. I don't know if I don't know what the term is exactly. Um, but I don't know that he can beat Vittorio, man. That's all I'm going to say. I agree with you. Yeah, man. My wife got onto that and she fixed the lagging on the stream, so she's a champion. So shout out to Mrs. Fab. Um, Endless names, Chris. I see what you're saying, but in my opinion, Rob has shown 100 times over that he can clinically take a guy like Costa apart. Um, yeah, I think Rob beats. I think Rob beats Costa unless Costa catches him, which he can't catch him. There is a couple of things that Costa can do that I think he can do that Rob's a little bit susceptible to, but whether or not he and his team see it, and whether or not he and his team see that and then are able to capitalize on it is two different things. Because seeing it and doing it, very different. Um, um, Francis versus Ciryl is not a good fight for Ciryl. I'm not talking hypothetically. I've seen that fight in the MMA Factory a few years ago. Obviously not at 100%, but hard enough to see who's better. Where are you, Jack? Where are you in the world? Like, where do you live? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you this: sparring is different, dude. Sparring is very, very different. Um, I've seen a lot of sparring matches as well. A lot at home. You know what I mean? Like with guys, and you see, and you're like, oh, this guy he's this good or he's that good, and it's different, man. Because when the shots start landing, someone like Francis, I'm just saying, lands big shots and it changes things, and vice versa. Um, let me see. Fab, if it's not too much of a mood killer, could you touch on why Rob switched camps? I wasn't aware that Rob switched camps. I I sold the gyms to him, so the camps are the same. I don't think that I don't know unless you told me something else. I don't know. I don't think he switched camps, but I we had we owned the gyms together, and I'm not like working at all in that environment. Like I'm not working with those gyms. I'm not working with Rob or with any of the guys from that camp, and I'm focusing on a few other things, different things. I'm actually starting to work with a few guys now, but yeah, that's all. I don't think he switched camps though. That from what I know. I have to say, Felder and Annika Golden and UFC on commentary, but I feel that sometimes. Fab, with Figueiredo having such a quick turnaround between title fights, would you ever let a fighter do something like that? Anything particular you do as a coach in those 2 weeks? I can't say that because I don't know. I don't know Figgy. I don't know Figgy. I don't know his coaches. I don't know what his situation is. I don't know why they took it. I don't know what they were offered. I don't know how he felt. I mean, he didn't take any damage. So the biggest thing there would be making sure that he's comfortable, um, keep him sharp, keep him nimble, and make sure that the weight cut isn't too brutal. But that's all I could say. I don't know enough. Like you can't, man. When people talk like that about like other coaches or everything, like you can't say this, man. Like you don't know, you're not there, so who knows, man. Ciryl is a huge favorite against Dos Santos, and I do think that Ciryl will win this fight. Big fan of Dos Santos, but Ciryl, man, he's proper good. Um, Fab, how much will Costa's team have to pay you to snitch on Rob's weaknesses? Man, honestly, I don't talk. Even here, when people ask me stuff, I don't talk about any of the fighters that I've worked with or anything like that. I don't get involved in that. That's not my thing. So Fab, you're not coaching in general. I'm doing a little bit of work with a couple of guys at the moment, actually, and probably as it progresses, we will find out who I'm working with. I'm doing a little bit of work, but yeah, I am. I'm doing a little bit of work at the moment with someone. Um, and why did I leave? Would you feel like you leaving? No, I don't. I don't think me leaving will affect Rob. I don't think any of it. Why'd I leave? No, just like I wanted to do different things. Like I'm going to do a postgraduate at university now. Uh, I had a daughter. I wanted to do different things, like I didn't want to run gyms and do that anymore. I wanted to concentrate on a few different things. And now when I'm coaching and when I'm doing stuff, I'm just coaching like a couple of days a week or 2 or 3 days a week that I'm working with a couple of guys. And it's a lot easier for me. It's a lot better for me as far as like life balance for me personally. And not life balance like day to day. Like I mean like what I want to do for the next 20 years, because I'm 40 years old. I've been doing that for 20 years kind of thing. And so I still want to be involved. I still want to do it, but I want to do a postgraduate. I want to pursue some academic stuff. I want to I want to be around with my daughter a little bit more. And yeah, just different. It's just a new episode. For me, it's a new chapter in my life that I need to do it. Swanson looked fantastic tonight. Dustin Poirier. Who's the most unlikely badass you know? You know, who's an unlikely badass? I think Andy Sauer. If you see him like just in just day to day life, he just looks like he's like a personal trainer or something, or just like a fit kind of soccer player dude, and he's like a fucking bad man. Um, um, Swanson won on veteran experience. Anyone think that Figgy could be getting complacent? He's loving the cameras and superstar lifestyle right now. Just a suggestion. I don't know if he's getting complacent. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. He seems to be a bit of a showman himself in his own right. So yeah, it's interesting. Fab, have you ever come to Adelaide for DFC? What's DFC mean? Oh, no. Yeah, I know what DFC is. No, I haven't. I've been to Adelaide a bunch of times. It's a beautiful city. Jack the Ripper, I live in Belgium, so I get around a few gyms in the Netherlands and France. I'm about 3 hours from Amsterdam and 4 hours from Paris. You know who the guy is that I'm talking about? Hey, don't you? The Yassin Bughanim that Ciryl beat, the number one Muay Thai guy, the heavyweight now in the world. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jack? You would if you lived from there. I think he's from Belgium, actually. I really wanted to see Gane versus Delija. I've got a for this one. Huge guy, athletic, kicks, goes for heel hooks and whatnot. What's not to like? Man, the way he moves and the way he throws strikes is fucking brutal. And he's got game. He's got a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of good grappling. He's got really good awareness, and he's huge, and he's athletic, and he moves well. He has my boat. Fab, if you started coaching again, I would fly from Iowa to Australia just for you and your knowledge. Only if you'd have me, of course. Oliver, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. You're super, super, super flattering. I am very flattered by that. But I'm going to tell you something for real. Oh, you're welcome to come. But I'll tell you this. In Iowa, man, you have some of the best coaches in the world, period. If me, honestly, I was one of those places that you'd want to go to learn. He's got some of the best wrestling guys in the world there. Good boxing in Iowa as well. Iowa's a place, man. You're already in one of the meccas of training for martial arts. Just their wealth of knowledge there is fantastic. Yeah, you know who you should check out in Iowa? Check out Steve Knight. Steve Knight, Knight. He's a like big time wrestling coach over in Iowa. Good guy, like a really good guy, and a fucking genius wrestler. Genius. Like I would go to Iowa if we could do a house swap if you like. Um, yeah, no, I don't want my daughter to fight Hassan. I don't really want her to fight at all. Valeria, hey Valeria, thank you so much, my friend. Thanks for doing the commentary tonight. No, thank you for supporting everyone. Thank you guys for doing this, for being here, and for sharing this time with me. And I love it, man. I love doing it, and I'm really, really flattered that you guys watch it with me. I really thank you guys for the support that you guys give. Man, I'm really, really flattered. I love it, man. I really love doing this, and I love you guys for being on here, and sharing this time with me, and Valeria and others that support, and others that don't. Whatever, man. Everyone do what they can, but it helps me when I run the channel, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, nah, man. Regardless of whether I'm tight or not with someone, Chris K, I would never like to me. I take it serious, Like people can say whatever people want to say, but I would never like. To me, it's like your accountant talking about your finances. So I would never talk about Rob or about anyone that I've worked with or anything like that. It's just such bad form. Is coaching like raising a child? It seems like it takes a lot of work, Randy. I think it just depends on the type of coaching that you do or the type of coach that you do. If you start off with someone from a young age and you have that person day in, day out with you and all of that stuff, yeah, it does become like you're raising a child. In fairness, like say, for example, Rob, no, I didn't have him from when he was a little kid, but we were coached. Oh, my role with Rob was a very close one. So it was for 6-7 years. We'd see each other 6 days a week, 9 hours a day, so that was during his whole run up to the belt, so that took a lot of time, and I reckon it took a toll as well. Like it takes a toll on you to be around each other for that long as well. It's not rocket science for you to work that out. Valeria is the best. Fab, does Nuggets spark Dustin in the first, just like their first fight, or do we see a completely different Dustin Poirier? I don't know that he sparks him in the first, but I think Conor wins. We're about to be off, people. What a fight. I'm super pumped. This is not going the distance, people. We're about to start. And we're off. Okay. Both men are standing in orthodox position. Cyryl's bouncing lightly on his feet, and so is Dos Santos. JDS is looking good. He's got his guard high. Both guys are moving really nimbly, really lightly for these heavyweight guys. They're moving. JDS holding the center of the cage, but Ciryl gaining it back now. Cyryl's gone to southpaw stance, so southpaw versus orthodox. Ciryl back to orthodox. Oh, he's gone for a guillotine. He's got a front headlock. One of the most underutilized positions in MMA is the front headlock. He's got it. He's got JDS up against the cage. Does Ciryl? He's got nice positioning here under the chin with the forearm. I think he's going to go looking for a spinning elbow at that break. No, he didn't. He's in southpaw now. He's going to look for it again. There's a nice inside leg kick. I think he's going to go to the body. Right hand by JDS. Very nice right hand by JDS. And he didn't land, but he got Cyryl's attention. JDS is holding the center, looking to cut him off. He's trying to get his foot outside the foot of Ciryl, because Ciryl is standing in southpaw. Now he's gone back to orthodox. Now he's gone back. Oh, nice. He switched backwards and forwards. JDS swings with a uppercut. JDS is looking good. He's looking good. He's looking very composed, and he's looking very powerful, very crisp hands. I like it. But Cyryl's not letting him settle, because he's gone from southpaw to orthodox again. Nice exchange there by both guys. Leg kick, but followed by 1-2 by JDS. So leg kick by Ciryl. JDS is looking for that lead right hand. Body kick by Ciryl from the southpaw stance. Again, Cyryl's looking to get his foot outside the foot. No, now he's gone back to his switch stance again, and he goes high with that left high kick, and he does it effortlessly. And one of the things you've got to understand is these guys do not have to throw any of these things hard, man. They are so big that they'll throw with plenty of power. JDS is looking to stalk Ciryl down. He seems to have upped the tempo. He's gone to the body, swings with a left hook, neither of which lands. Nice leg kick landed by JDS. Ciryl throws another inside leg kick from the southpaw stance. Lands a flush. Jab landed by Ciryl. Oh, left hook over the top, like a kind of check hook over the top by Dos Santos. Thing is, these gloves, man, with these big guys, it does not have to be much. It can just land, and it will change the game. Oblique kick landed by Ciryl. Goes up high again from the southpaw stance. Southpaw, he goes looking for the oblique kick again and hits him with a jab. Hits with a lead jab. JDS is moving him, trying to find him against a cage. Ciryl wings with an uppercut. JDS goes with the right hand of his own, wings with a left hook and gets hit low. There's a time. I've got to figure this out now. How do I stop this? Fucked it. We're going to have to go old school, people. Bear with me. This is my first time using this. I'm going to have to go back to old school for this round only. 154 seconds left. Ciryl in the southpaw goes again. Inside leg kick. And then he goes outside leg kick from the southpaw stance. Both kicks landing on JDS. He's really working those legs of JDS's. Front kick to the body landed by Ciryl. Spinning back kick missed by JDS. Ooh, outside kick landed by Ciryl. So you got to ask yourself, how many more of these can JDS take? This is a big man kicking. Jab thrown by Ciryl, misses. To the body by Ciryl. Taken more on the arms by JDS. Oblique kick by Ciryl. Answered with a body kick of their own. They exchange hooks. Neither which landed flush. Oblique kick by Ciryl. Doing a good job of controlling that distance with that oblique kick. So JDS can't come inside with the punching power. Nice body kick landed by Ciryl. JDS goes for a single leg. Ciryl spins out of it. Nice body kick again thrown by Ciryl. Lands on the arms of JDS. Followed by an inside leg kick of Cyryl's. Ciryl drops his level a bit and then comes up with a jab, neither of which are landing. Both Cyryl's still moving, still bouncing very, very nicely. JDS seems to be plotting a little bit more. He's really feeling it in the leg. His knees starting to stiffen up a little bit. They exchange punches. Massive overhand right swung by Dos Santos. Although he misses, it does get Cyryl's attention. Outside kick landed by Ciryl. Spinning back kick didn't really land by, I think. Ooh, nice hook landed by JDS and a right hand as well. Didn't land flush though. Cyryl's already moving out of the way. Winging on those punches is JDS. Another inside leg kick landing by Ciryl, and that one JDS felt. Time. That last kick landed. What's happening is Ciryl is throwing it from the southpaw stance into JDS's lead leg in the orthodox stance. When he's landing that, he's landing it in the small muscle of the thigh. It's called the vastus medialis. It's not a big muscle. It's basically the people that did the bodybuilding back in the day. It's the teardrop muscle next to your kneecap. There's not much there. It doesn't get a lot of sunlight. So it's not, the skin's not as tough and the muscle is small. And so when you're landing the shin against that, it doesn't take a lot before that muscle starts to fuck it up. And that muscle is part of the quadricep muscle group, which helps to extend the leg. And that's going to start to take away the mobility a lot from JDS. And it already is. You can see the knees starting to stiffen. It's a very, very good tactic and a very, very good place to land the kick. We're going to have the clock back with us this time, guys. And we're about to be off. We're off. We're on, guys. We're on. Again, JDS is looking to bounce, but he's standing gingerly on that leg. Oblique kick landed by Gane. Cyryl's doing a great job of controlling the center of the octagon now. Another inside leg kick landed by Ciryl. Outside leg kick of his own JDS, but without as much power on it. They exchange punches. No one landed significantly. Another inside leg kick landed by Ciryl. He does a fantastic job of setting that up. Really, really good. He gets another inside leg kick. He gets JDS thinking about the punches coming up high, and then he lands that kick, sneaks it in there. Very, very, very good job. And he doesn't load up on it either, so it doesn't give you enough time to check. He's just landing it. In outside leg kick landed. They don't look like they do a lot of damage, but this is a huge man landing it. Nice exchange of punches there, JDS. Body kick by Ciryl. Inside leg kick by Ciryl, really chewing up that leg. Spinning back fist by JDS, misses. Touch of gloves by both gentlemen. Body kick by Ciryl. Outside leg kick landed by Ciryl. Really chewing up that leg of JDS's. Right hand over the top. But, man, the Ciryl is able to move out of the way. Oh, checks that kick. That's interesting. Exchange clubbed on the back of the head does JDS. These heavyweights are huge, man, and they're able to move really well. So Cyryl's got an underhook up against the cage, but JDS is looking to use that as a whizzer, and he's able to use it to get out of the way. Nice kick landed by Ciryl. It goes up high, does Ciryl, and JDS takes it on the arms. Nice front kick landed by Ciryl. Ooh, another inside leg kick landed by Ciryl. And it's definitely affecting JDS. JDS is hard as nail. You can see that he's starting to stand more gingerly. Now another outside kick landed by Ciryl. This is really affecting JDS's movement. Really, really, really affecting him. Another outside leg kick landed by Ciryl. Ooh, landed a flush jab on JDS. They're exchanging now. JDS, ooh, he hits JDS. It's over. JDS was dazed from that. Done. JDS was dazed. He hit him with the jab. Hit him flush with the jab. Very, very flush. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That Ciryl is a monster. He's a monster. I don't know. What do we do with Ciryl? That was pretty good, man. That was pretty unbelievable. Yeah, I do think, wow, it looked like he kind of got hit in the back of the head towards the end, but the jab, it was a jab that he got him with flush. Boom, there it is. And you can see that JDS wasn't there anymore. Then that elbow hit. Then he goes over the top with a right hand of his own. And then there's an elbow there right at the end, hits him with the elbow kind of on the back of the head there. But that jab that he got him with from the southpaw stance, it just went pop, got him right here. Look, boom, right on the chin. And you could see that JDS wasn't there anymore. Then he went with that elbow, overhand right of JDS's own, and then in this stance here. But JDS kind of turned his head himself. So it's not really, it wasn't really the fact that Ciryl threw that to the back of his head. What is your martial arts origin? What combat sport did you start in to make you love MMA? When I was a little kid, my mum put me in Taekwondo when I was about 5. And I did Taekwondo on and off growing up. I was never any good. I wasn't that good at any of it. And then through high school and that, I did a little bit of boxing. And then when I was about 19, 20, I started wrestling. I started doing wrestling. And I did jiu-jitsu and wrestling kind of at the same time. And that's my my background. Generally what I do, like I do coach a little bit of wrestling, but this is Athelstar's question. But my background, look, it depends who I'm working with. The guy I'm working with now at the moment, I'm just doing wrestling. With Rob, I didn't just do wrestling. With Rob, I was managed his high performance. So, and that was like everything to do. Like put the team together, brought in the other coaches, the whole thing. I built the whole team. So that was a completely different situation there. Really, I didn't know Iowa was a sick MMA mecca. Thanks for filling me in. I would also 100% house swap with you. Yeah, I was joking. I'm not moving from Coaldale to go to Iowa. Only man, if I was like 15 years ago, 100 fucking percent. Yeah, Iowa's man, like Pat Miletich and all of that were from there, and they just the wrestling itself in Iowa is unreal, dude. It's such a high level, such a high level. Thank you guys. Um, I love you too, Randy. And his name was France has some really good Thai boxing gyms. Jack the Ripper. So does Belgium. Really good, man. Europe has got really, really good kickboxing. Period. Um, yeah, no, that's right, Chris. Like you can't. It's a breach of confidentiality. Jack the Ripper. Yes, sir. I know them from Brussels, but their brother Ciryl beat the younger brother, not Yusuf. He's good, but not Yusuf's level. My humble opinion. No, you're right. I said Yusuf because Yusuf's the older one, but the brother that he beat is Yassin, and Yassin is the number one Muay Thai guy at this in the heavyweights at this stage. Um, Thanks, Michael. Man, I do love combat stuff, man. I really do. I do. I really like it. The combo finishes today have been fire. Makes me think back to the classes of my 8-year-old, and they're doing a simple 3-punch combo drill. Man, you got to train the basics over and over and over. Um, Thank you, man. WCO3. I appreciate it. I need to do P3 and Modelo promos between rounds. Hey, man, if they paid me, I'd do it. I would do it 100%. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it did hit the back of the head, but he turned his head. You know what I mean? Like he turned his head. He was already stunned. That jab, man, that he hit him with, boom. Imagine that. He's got like cannonballs for fists, lands right on your chin. You're like, and yeah, he hit him. It was flush, man. Um, yeah, but dude, like that was in the exchange that he hit him with. It wasn't like Thinger was standing looking the other way and he hit him with it. He threw that elbow and JDS was standing kind of this way and then he turned, Um, what's the thing? Fab, do you get paid based on your live view account? Man, I'll get paid based on what Valeria donates. So anything that anyone can donate helps, man. Uh, so yeah. Um, because there's nothing else to do in Iowa. I don't know what's Iowa like. I don't know. I know it's in the middle of the country, but yeah, I don't know. I think JDS has taken a lot of damage, me personally, over the years, and I don't like to see someone get hurt like that as much as he has been getting hurt in the last few. Like I think in his last 4 fights or something, he's like had 4 KOs or something crazy like that. I don't like to see it. That's me personally, regardless of whether he can come back or not. Guys, I'll be back in 1 second. I'm back, people. I'm back. Wait, what? That means, yeah, I think that money off Super Chat. JDS still look good. Anyone notice the Trojan ad on the mat? I want Anik to drop a Trojan promo. If you love driving gravel roads and looking at corn, you'll love Iowa. Yeah, I don't know, but hey, I will tell you this: they can wrestle, man. They can wrestle their asses off. Um, yeah, unbelievable wrestlers out of Iowa. Really, really, really good wrestlers. If you want like a, and they're good, they can box too. There's good boxing there. So if you live in Iowa, you got a really good base for MMA. Really, really good boxing and wrestling. Fuck, that's that's the core of fighting there, man. Um, I'm back, people. I'm back. I jumped. I couldn't help but endless nameless. I was on a flight to Iowa. He sold it to me when he said gravel roads and cornfields. I was like, man, that's me. I gotta go. I'm there. Yeah, I don't like seeing it anymore. Man, I don't know. Holland or Jacare. Like I want to say Jacare always because I like Jacare. I got a photo of me with Jacare in Rio in 2009. I got a photo with him. I was there to watch the ADCC, and yeah, he was there, and I got a photo with him and that. So I'm always always a fan of Jacare. I always hope he wins, except when he fought Rob. That time I didn't want him to win, but every other time, yes, I always go for Jacare. I think Holland presents a few problems though. Like he's a young guy. I think his mobility and his dynamic striking and whatnot, that's going to give problems. Is that going to be enough to counterbalance what Jacare can do? I don't know. Because like at the end of the day, people don't want to hear it and whatnot, but he is 40 years old, and there is a time when it's just that's your last fight, or you just lost a step. I don't know. He's looked good though. I can't say like he went the distance with Jan. Although I think the Jan's a completely different fighter to Kevin. Um, who's fighting next, and who do you think wins? Anybody? We just that was Holland versus Jacare. I was just saying that. Dane, how are you, my friend? What's your favorite dinosaur? I like the Stegosaurus. Me personally. Yeah, Robbie Lawler was definitely from Iowa. So was Pat Miletich. So was Matt Hughes. They had a crazy team out there, man. There was Jens Pulver, Tim Sylvia, uh, man, Tony Frickland. Like there were so many good fighters come out of Iowa, man. Okay, that was back in Miletich fighting days. So I I think yeah, if you're in Iowa, man, you don't travel anywhere to fight, man. You got the best wrestlers in the world, freestyle and folk style and Greco. There are some, amazing, amazing guys come out of Iowa, and so don't travel, man. Take some time from driving the gravel roads and looking at cornfields and spend some time on the mats there, man, in the boxing rings, and you're gonna get real good. Uh, what are you talking to me? What flavor water is that? It wasn't flavored water. It was kombucha before, and then I have green tea, and then I got water. I just got normal water. It's hot in here, man, and I've got to stay hydrated. Do I think Bo Nickel will have a career in MMA? Fuck, if he wants to, 100%. I think he'd do really, really well. I like his style of grappling too. He's a very, very good grappler, being that he's a fantastic wrestler, and he's very versed with submissions. That style of grappling is very hard to beat in MMA, man, because he's gonna get you down, and he's gonna get on top, and you're not gonna submit him, and he's gonna beat the fuck out of you. Um, do you think Bo Nickel he trained in Iowa? Yeah, at something anything. If you're talking about Robbie Lawler, yeah, man, he was with Miletich fighting systems back in the day. Yes, Matt Hughes was there as well. Answer the dinner question. What was the dinner question? Can somebody find it and put it up so that I can see it? I didn't. I didn't get to. I didn't see it. Velociraptors clearly best choice, betrayed only by the fact that they have a multi-million-dollar marketing machine behind them, which takes away the fun. Yeah, but Velociraptors were meant to have feathers on them and be much smaller than they were in the movie. This is going to be a crazy fight. No, 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 no. Green tea, no coffee. I can't drink coffee. If I drink coffee, I see the fucking Matrix. I'll go out of my mind, dude. I'll run to Iowa. I can't drink coffee. I can't handle coffee anymore. Jeremy, all the kids in those states eat nothing but steak and potatoes. That man, yeah, I can imagine, Oliver, that it is enticing to just keep your eyes on it and just watch it. But no, try and get in there, man. That head is looking beautifully shiny, Fab. Thank you, sir. I know you don't drink, but hear me out. I one time drunkard with you and Eli during a huge fight. I one time drunkard with you and Eli during a huge fight. Are you saying, Chase, for me to watch the fights drunk, or do you want me to fight Eli drunk? Because I tell you now, Eli will bash me. Eli is like a fucking good fighter. He's not here, so I can say this. He beat Ben Edwards. Look up who Ben Edwards is. He beat him twice. Eli beat Ben Edwards twice in boxing. Eli used to fight at heavyweight. I think he beat him twice, or they beat each other, one each. So no, he would definitely bash me badly. So if that's what you're saying, I'm not with it. Valeria again, thank you so much. GSP says that the fighter is always the last to know when it's time to stop. Have you ever been in a position when you had to advise a fighter not to fight, stop a fight, etc.? I've had very difficult conversations with fighters over my career as a coach, for different reasons, and GSP is always absolutely right. He's absolutely right with that. That they are the last to know, but not just the last to know as far as like when they should stop. They're the last ones to know, like with everything, man. Because you got to imagine, when you're winning and you're on top, everything you do is great. Everything you fucking do. And then when you're not winning anymore, the way that people disappear, and the problem is things that you did while you were winning, and sometimes the way you treated people is not the best. But then when you're no longer winning and people have gone away from you, like you don't realize any of this is happening until it's too late. And so I've had many conversations with fighters about that, because you don't really realize what's happening. A lot of the times these guys, you're still relatively young, in your 30s, late 20s, mid 20s, mid 30s, you're still relatively young. And so you can't see like what exactly is going on, so you are the last to know. And that's the same as with fighting. Like it's not a question of like, because the thing is, people think I still feel like I could win, and you could still win. That's not the question. The question is, how much damage are you doing to yourself? You know what I mean? Like JDS in that fight against Ciryl, he could have won. If he had landed a shot flush, he could have won. But it's not the same JDS that he was when he knocked out Kane. Do you know what I mean? It's not. And so it's very, very different. It's different. It's like a silo. You know what I mean? Because everything happens and it's different. While you're winning, like say a guy like Jacare, he's still good. He's still winning. And so there's a lot. I'm not saying his coaches don't care, but I don't know him. But there's still people that want to be around it. You know what I mean? He's still winning. He's still in the limelight. So it's hard for someone to come up and say, "Hey, man, dude, I think it's over." Yeah. Well, a grizzly bear is way, way bigger than a velociraptor. Thank you so much, Valeria. Yeah, Stegosaurus is a dangerous one. There was a dinosaur found with Stegosaurus wounds in its groin. I just kind of like them as well because Stegosaurus did their own thing, Like they weren't like they weren't out causing trouble. They weren't out causing trouble and hurting other dinosaurs unless they were attacked. So I really liked them in that regard, and they had those spikes, to hit other dinosaurs with. So I like that. Okay, Chase, watch the fights drunk. Okay, yes. No, I'm not going to watch the fights drunk, man, because I don't drink. The other day, I'll tell you the truth. The other day, I went to a Japanese restaurant with my wife, and my wife has been trying to get me drunk since since the days when we were courting, so she could take advantage of me. None of which occurred, none of which she was able to do. But on this particular occasion, she got me to have like a few sips of this lychee cocktail. And dude, I was fucking drunk, blabbering very, very quickly with only a few sips. So no, I wouldn't. If I got drunk and watched this, then it'd be over, dude. It'd be over. Jurassic Park's depiction is not real. No, it's not. Fab, what's the hardest weight class to find fighters for? Depends where you are, because the lighter weights, there's a lot of them in Asia. You know what I mean? A lot. There's a lot in the US, even in South America. You still have some. You know, the heavyweights again in the Americas, in Europe, you still find some. So again, but if you look at it like a bell curve, the biggest batch of people sit in that 66 to 77 kilogram kind of range. You know, that's when most people walk around at. And 77 kilo fighters are pretty big, man, because those guys will walk around at about 85, 90 kilos. So they're big people. But most people walk around anywhere between that 66 to 77 kilo range, around there. So that's the easiest people to find. Anyone that sits outside of that is a little bit harder. And the further out you go from the bell curve, the harder it is to find. I can't drink coffee, dude. Charlie, if I drink coffee or caffeine or anything, like too much of it, like green tea, if I have 2 tea bags in that green tea thing, in that big thing, it's over, dude. It's over. I'm going crazy. Valeria coming in with the good questions, man. Valeria is the heart and soul of Grange TV. Henry, how hard? I don't understand. I think it'll be more funny to watch Fab high on coffee than drunk. I have to say, if I mix the coffee with the alcohol, it'll probably get a really good result. I'd rather die than see you and Eli fight. Thanks, Chase. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much. Endless Nameless with a donation. Really appreciate it. Long live the Grange. Long live Grange TV. Yes, indeed. And I really, 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 really appreciate it, man. It keeps the show going, makes this possible. You guys make this possible. And I really, really, really appreciate it, man. It really helps. The 10-inch reach advantage or 9-inch reach advantage is going to be very interesting to see in this fight. Although it could play against Kevin on the ground. I don't see him being able to use his legs and that advantage in the same way when against Jacare. Jacare's grappling is through the fucking roof. Having said that, I don't know how many steps he's lost, you know, with age. How heartbroken were you when Rob Cheetah knocked you out in VR boxing? Personally, I was devastated. I was devastated by the betrayal, mainly by the betrayal. That's all. And not just him, all the pieces of shit that co-signed it, like David Roberts, Eli, the dudes that were filming it, all of those people, I'm more disappointed in them. But that's what it is, you know. Have you tried yerba mate, Fab? It's a great alternative. My mum and dad drink yerba. They drink mate, all from Uruguay. If I drink that, I'll get high as a kite. Badly. I can't take it. I can't drink it. I can't have caffeine, man. I can't have it. We're about to start, guys. I'm really excited for this fight. Jacare has always been one of my favorites. This is going to be fucking fireworks. Kevin Holland looks very, very relaxed. And we're off, people. We're off. Jacare holding the center of the octagon, both men in orthodox stance. Holland with a big overhand right and left low kick, and he's gone to the ground. He reverses Jacare. He's got the butterflies in. Jacare is going to work his way up. Holland's looking for a triangle or an omoplata. He's going to close it up. He can finish the triangle. He's landing massive elbows on Jacare. Huge elbows. Jacare gets his way out of there. Holland is looking for that triangle. He's looking for the triangle on Jacare. Jacare's turned. He's turned way too much now. Holland's not going to be able to catch him. Jacare is still looking for the takedown. He's on his knees. He's got to get up off his knees. Holland's landing big elbows on Jacare from there. Single leg attempt now by Jacare. Slaps to the face by Holland. Those slaps really hurt. They really, really hurt. And if you get hit in the eardrum, can bust your eardrum. Great balance here by Holland. He's gone. Is he going to get this guillotine? Is he looking for a guillotine against Jacare? I don't advise it, but he might do it. This is very interesting here. Jacare's gone to the correct side to get out of it. Now he's pulled. Very, very good. Very nice work. Up goes those legs again, looking for the triangle, but he's not going to get Jacare with the triangle from there. I really don't think. Jacare is posturing up. Now they're laughing and speaking to each other. Jacare's posture is way too good, man. Way too good. He'll see the triangles coming from a mile away. But those elbows that he landed on Jacare's head, Jacare's got a mouse on the top of his head. Oh, big right hand from the bottom by Kevin Holland. Again, Jacare looks to be in trouble. Again, big right hand by Holland from the bottom. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Fuck, I never saw that one coming. That is the performance of the fucking year. Oh. Oh. Wow. Jacare is still in trouble, still out. Mate, he took some massive shots. Everything that I said, he did the opposite and won. That is performance of the night of the year. I haven't seen anything like that against someone like Jacare ever. I haven't seen anything like that. Not like that. Big elbows. So the elbows gave Jacare a mouse on the top of the head. Then he landed that right hand. He'd landed 2 right hands before that and a couple of elbows. And Jacare was in a ton of trouble. That is the best performance of the night, ladies and gentlemen. No one's getting any bonuses. Oh, my God. That could not have foreseen that. I know there's going to be all the geniuses that say, I knew that was going to happen. If you knew that was going to happen, you should have invested in Google at the start. Nobody knew that was going to happen. That was insane. I've never seen anything like that. Look, Jacare, in fairness, Jacare got knocked out like that. Not like that, but against Mousasi, got up-kicked back in the day in Dream. But this was even different. This was different because this was like an exchange on the ground, like with the Mousasi knockout, it wasn't like that. Jacare took him down and Mousasi up-kicked him and just caught him in that moment. But like this, it was completely different. I haven't seen anything like that. Wow. 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 Man, that's incredible. Poor Jacare looks devastated, man. I fucking hate seeing this guy upset. I hate it. I really like him. I'm a huge fan of Jacare's. Wow. What happens with fucking Kevin Holland now? Now you got exactly what we were talking about earlier. Now you got Vittori, you got Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland just iced Jacare. What do we do? Fucking what do we do? Ladies and gentlemen, what do we do? We have ourselves someone up there, man, that could be contending now. Like, wow. Massive show of respect from both guys. Jacare is an absolute legend, man. He's a fucking good guy too, man. If you meet him in real life, he's a really good guy. Oh, man. Like a really nice guy, a genuinely fucking good guy. And makes me sad to watch him lose, Wow. Yeah, he was rocking the regrown hair. Wow. Wow, man. That was, oh, man. Which fighter do I think is the meanest BJJ? The meanest BJJ? Ironically, I think it's Jacare. It was Jacare. When he was at the top, like dude, he's fucking top control pressure was brutal, and he'd punch the fuck out of you until you gave something up, and then he'd take, he'd choke you. Well, not right now, BJJ. I don't know. Like it's hard to say. Rodolfo Vieira, of course, but I'm talking about guys that like have shown it at the top, at the very top. Oh, how could I forget Barcelos in the bantamweight division? That's who it is. That man can grapple, dude. That guy can grapple. Um, it was really, yeah, but I think whenever I thought MMA BJJ, I always thought Jacare. That's who I always thought. Jacare was just a fucking monster, dude. He got you on the ground, you're in serious, serious trouble, you know. Kevin Holland did a spectacular job. Spectacular job. I'm really, really impressed by that. You and Ferguson, thank you so much, man. You don't understand. You guys don't understand how much those donations help to run the channel and everything. And so when you do, I really appreciate it. I really thank you. Please buy the merchandise. These are the new shirts that we have, the Grange TV shirts. So please buy the merchandise. And yeah, thank you so much, man. Like and share. Man, thank you. Um, Holland vs Santos was hilarious. I was there live. That was a crazy fight too, in its own right. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I hope Jacare, he looks really hurt, missed the whole thing. Wow, give Holland the bonus already. Yeah, he gets that bonus, man. That was insane. Yeah, look, man, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hadn't seen enough of Holland. I mean, I'd seen all his fights, but man, you have to throw him in there now, eh? He's right up there with any of those guys. That was pretty impressive, man. Oliver Ekman, you knew that was going to happen, and you also invested in Google. You're the man, then. You're the man. Tell me what's next. What should I invest in? Um, yeah, I think everyone's going to be doing that. I wonder if I wonder if Holland will have the balls to call out Rob. Nobody else in the division seems to call Rob out. I don't think it was that nobody was going to call him out. In fairness, like that's what Vittori said the same thing as well. Like I think Rob said he wasn't going to fight until March or something. So I think, and Costa did call him out. So I don't think that they won't call him out. But I just find it super interesting that this guy is now in that division, like in that he's at the top. Holland versus Vittori, that's interesting. But I don't want to see them knock each other out. I don't want to see them. The two up and coming young guys that I picked against them both in their fights. I did. I picked against them both, and they both stunned me with their performances. So yeah, you've seen who train in Florida, Duchess? How many fights until Tony? I think one more. Yeah, one more. Holland freak of nature, he is, man. Yeah, I don't know if he just hit the button on the chin because before that you can see there's like a mouse on the top of Jacare's head where where Holland had landed a bunch of elbows earlier in the round, you know. So Jacare's head was probably still ringing from that as well. And then he got him in the button a bunch of times on the temple. You know, the way you get knocked out is when your head turns, you know. So sometimes you get hit in the forehead, although it's really, really strong. But if you get hit and it turns, it'll rattle your brain. And that's what he did. Look at that. Boom. Right on the temple. Boom. Again. But so you can see them, he's got like a mouse on the top of his head here from the elbows before. That was an incredible, incredible performance. Wow. Yeah, Gary Tonin, for sure. Gary Tonin's jiu-jitsu is insane. Um, you can find those shirts. You can buy the shirts and the merch, like where you just go to our page on YouTube and you can buy the shirts. How would you train? He definitely trains the strikes from the bottom. He definitely trains those strikes from the bottom. And I think like being how tall and long he is, where I honestly thought that Jacare would be able to nullify that. But being that tall and long, he can use strikes very unconventionally that other people can't. So if you sit in his guard, he can fucking still reach you. Like that looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar versus Bruce Lee in Game of Death 2. It was crazy. Like his reach is pretty insane. Olenek is my favorite grappler. Yeah, dude. Juan Espino is a crazy grappler. He had a heavyweight. I'm telling you, that guy is like a proper gun grappler. Holland seems like a guy who has the talent and skills, but never put it together until recently. I don't know. I don't know. He's definitely on fire at the moment. I'll give you that. He's got to be fighter of the year, surely. You know what I mean? He's got to be fighter of the year. He's had like 5 fights, 4 or 5 fights this year. And after that performance against Jacare and finish it like that, fighter of the year. Wow. Yeah, right under the video, there's a whole merchandise section. Randy said that, and I agree. Holland calling out Chimaev. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Coach, no disrespect to Kelvin Gastelum, but if he fights Holland or Vittori, has he become a gatekeeper of the division? I don't know, man. I think you can lose fights. That's what people don't understand. You can lose fights at this top level. Like it happens, man. Like people lose fights. These guys are all really, really, really good. I don't know they're in that fight because what Holland showed today is an ability and a confidence and a comfort in being in any position, which is rare, very rare. Oh, nice, Oliver. I see what you did there. Yeah, that's investing in Grange TV shirt sales. That's going to boom. That's going to boom. Holland has been a goofball, but he's taking it more seriously now. I don't know. Oh, did he call Hamzat out for next week? Oh, please make it happen. Please. I'd love to see that fight. Holland versus Costa is the fight that would be insanity. Yeah, I don't know, man. I see Izzy being much tidier than him, but the problem with someone like him is you don't know what he's going to do. That's what's fucking hard with someone that you don't know if they're going to drop guard and whatever. Who knows? You know, he went for guillotine to pull guard on Jacare, so who knows what he was thinking? You know, it's very, 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 very hard to train for someone like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Edward Wang, Father Time. Yep. Can't wait to see Holland against one of the top 5. Me too. Edward Wang, you love the timer, very slick. You made this happen, brother. You made this happen. You're the man. So I just want to say to you, thank you very, very much. Man, even good elbows from the bottom don't look like that. You know, like that's like to all but finish Jacare with the elbows from the bottom is fucking no one trains to, no one thinks they're going to do that. You know, this guy obviously did. You know, how nice are the hoodies, Fab? I really like how they look. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man. Please buy them. Please buy all of them. 1 week, just them, I would watch it 100%. I would love to see that fight. I'd love to see that fight. I don't know what the chances of them making it are, but let's see it. You and Ferguson, how many Grange TV shirts do I have to buy to get off the naughty list this year? I don't know. You're not on our naughty list, mate. You are not on our naughty list. Holland will submit Costa by flying armbar. I do think that he would submit him. I do think he would. He's very, very weird, grappling, crazy. Yes, we did see Jake Paul KO Nate Robinson. I think Andy Wang should be fighter of the decade. What a show of heart, that guy. Andy Wang. I haven't. That's wow. All right. Is he even from this decade? I don't even know. That KO made me sad to see a 41-year-old to be out like that. Man, it hurts to watch. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate to see Jacare go out. I hate to see him go out like that. I'm a fucking huge fan, man, and that made me real sad. Um, so yeah, I'm ordering a hoodie, Fab. You're the man. Henry, if you order a hoodie, mate, thank you so much. Hey, if you do buy stuff, if you buy something from the merch, can you take a photo on Instagram and tag me in it? Please. That would be unreal. If you do that, I'd really appreciate it. I think it'd be super cool. If you could tag me on Instagram with you wearing the shirt, I'd really appreciate it. They're saying if Figgy wins, he'll be fighter of the year, although Holland should probably be. I mean, if Figgy wins, I mean he's defending a title. So yeah, I'll give him that. He's fighter of the year. Figgy wins. What what a crazy year though. Like it's been for fights. Agreed to saying 5 wins with an exclamation point like tonight. Hard to deny. Yeah, unless Figgy wins tonight in impressive fashion, I don't know. That could be the case. Holland has been described as noodly by Heavy Hands podcast. Yes, I'll agree. 100% zero chance that UFC pits Holland versus Hamza. Um, I think Holland got in Jacare's head with the trash talk. I don't really think so. I um I don't think the trash talk works the way that people think it works. Having said that though, it's yeah. Are you so yeah, if you order a hoodie, man, if you buy a t-shirt or a hoodie or anything like that, please tag me on Instagram so I can see it. Um yeah, he might definitely do that as well. Like he might but at that level, dude, people are not you know what's up. You know what I mean? You know that Holland isn't a goofball. You know that he's coming there to fight. So man, he was fucking impressive, man. He was really, really impressive. What I do think is that I don't think Jacare would have thought that Holland would have been as comfortable on the ground as he was, because that would throw you off. That the way he fought would throw anyone off. Henry, man, I'm really, 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 really flattered, man. Thank you so much, man. No, like the way that he fought, like the attitude that he has, the way that he fights, that really throws you off. You know what I mean? That's really he goes anywhere in the fight. I don't know. His stand up looks a little bit weird to me. I don't really, but he's so erratic, man, that he can throw a lot of people off, and he's very long, very hard to train for. Um, that was super interesting, dude. No, I don't think Jacare was intimidated. I don't think he was. I don't think he was over emotional or anything like that. Man, Holland just can go anywhere in the fight. Holland is through the like very hard to train for. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm on him and Vittori's bandwagon after I picked against him. Sad to see Jacare Souza go out with that. I will not be surprised to see him cut from the roster like Yoel Romero. I think they'll probably both be not both. Yoel is already cut. I think Jacare will probably be cut, and makes me sad. Like not that he's cut, not that he's not fighting anymore, because I'd rather not see him fight. To be honest with you, same as Yoel. I was a fan of Yoel's forever, and both of those guys like are massive fans of him. But I think like I've seen enough. I don't want to see anymore. Um, Dana loves his boy Hamzat. They will market the Holland fight in Hamzat's favor. Yeah, probably 100%. If it happens, I don't know if it'll happen, man. To be honest with you, but yeah, is Holland too small for the top 5? I don't think he's that small, man. I don't think he's that small. I don't really no, I don't think he's that small. He's very long. Like I say, he looks a lot skinnier than what he is. That first punch Holland caught Jacare with his mouth open as he was talking to him, and then immediately covered up, allowing Holland to make space with the legs and then land that finishing combo. Yeah, he hit him flush, that one. That was a good one. Yeah, but he landed like a whole bunch of elbows. Watch the fight again. Right in the exchanges, he landed a whole bunch of elbows in the head of Jacare, and Jacare wasn't good even from the start. But yeah, Jacare was laughing, etc., and then he got caught right on the chin. But before that, he took massive ones. Yeah, I don't know. This fight's going to be very, very interesting. Um, I'm I don't know. Someone apparently put 15 grand on the other girl to beat Dern. I don't know why they put that much money on anyone to do anything. Jacare can always do some jiu-jitsu super fights. I can see him in Quintet. Yeah, all of that. Jacare realistically is a wealth of knowledge. He'd run a school, do seminars, whatever. You know what I mean? Um, According to Chow, they almost made GSP versus Tony Ferguson happen for submission underground. Holland said I had a dream about this and then he KO'd him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, that was just insane how it happened. That's all I'm going to say. I'm really gutted for Jacare, but Kevin Holland, his performance was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. Absolutely, like, the way that he kicked that off, that was insane. So these two girls, this is going to be a very interesting fight. I want to see if Mackenzie Dern's going to be able to get her jiu-jitsu off, but I don't know. I don't know. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, like, a lot of the stuff that you see, like, I don't want to call Charles Sonnen a liar, but what does almost mean? It might be that he asked them both and both said, nah, man. He was almost, if they'd have said yes, like, so I don't know. I really don't know when people say almost this or almost that or whatever. So these girls are about to fight. This is going to get interesting. Eli Clutch, hey, how are you, Eli Clutch? What's happening? Yeah, GSP was travel restricted, but they both agreed on it. Yeah, that's not me saying I almost fought for Fedor. I just never asked him, But had Fedor said yes and come to Southwest Sydney, we would have had a Souza good old fashioned scrap. So I don't know. That's like what people say. I don't know. Can you write it down, Oliver? Oliver, write it now before the fight starts. Write it down again. Are you familiar with Virna? She's got a lot of subs in MMA. She can hang with Dern on the floor. I mean, if you look at them as far as like what they've each accomplished in the grappling world, no. But as you just saw, what that didn't matter with Kevin Holland and whatnot. Some people can really turn it on in MMA, So I don't know, you know what I mean? Dern on paper is a much better grappler. That doesn't mean anything. We're off, people. We're off. We're off. Dern's holding the center of the octagon. Jandiroba is moving along the outside. She's fainting, looks well. She looks quite fluid with emotions. I like it. Jandiroba's moving quite well. Dern's looking for an inside low kick. Both girls exchange. They kind of clash. Again, Dern's looking very aggressive. She's coming in with punches of her own. She's landing uppercut, left hook. Jandiroba's got a chin. She looked hurt, but maybe it's the kind of afro thing that's throwing it off, like the head shaking. Dern's got some nice little level changes. Ooh, big right hand by Jandiroba. This is very interesting. Dern's got some hands on her too to go with her world-class grappling. Jandiroba's standing along the outside of the octagon. Dern seems to be cutting the octagon quite well as well. She's not following, which is something that people tend to do. They exchange punches, both miss. A flurry of punches thrown by Dern, but Jandiroba gets her back off the cage. Jandiroba knows what to do, man. She's a good fighter. She knows what to do. But Dern's looking really good. I like her hands. Ooh, a flurry landed by Jandiroba. Dern took them all. Right and a left by both girls. They exchange punches. They exchange basically the same combination. They're fainting. There's a lot of fainting going on. Dern's holding the center of the octagon quite well. Jandiroba's standing around the outside. Throws a left hook. Misses. Both girls are moving. Both bouncing quite well. Moving. Jandiroba's still on the outside. Dern's trying to cut off the octagon. She's doing a good job of cutting off the octagon rather than following her, which is quite high level. Left, right, and a right hand misses by Jandiroba. Dern cuts inside, throws a body kick, left high kick thrown by Jandiroba. Left pouring hand by Dern. Jandiroba throws a jab of her own. Again, they exchange overhand rights. Jandiroba seems to have gotten the better in that exchange. But nothing's landing flush here. Nothing's landing flush from either girl. Dern does not seem to be in a hurry to get this to the ground either. Neither is Jandiroba. I'd like to see one of them mix up, do a little bit of a mix up with the takedowns as well, just to get the other one thinking. Big, heavy power exchange. Dern seems to have landed some power. Now she's gone for the takedown. She's deep on a single, but Jandiroba's doing a good job of defending. She's holding the hand. She's got the whizzer in. I don't know that Dern's going to be able to finish this. She's looking to run the pipe here, but it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Jandiroba seems to be balancing quite well, using the cage to her advantage. And Dern's looking to finish this, but I don't see this is going to happen. She's got the whizzer, does Jandiroba, and she's controlling the wrist. Now Dern no longer has that single leg. She's got a nice deep underhook. She's got a good head position. Dern is really actually very, very technically sound in all aspects. She's looking really, really good. So she's holding Jandiroba up against the cage, throws a little forearm in there. No real damage is done by either girl, though. But Dern does look the more dangerous when she gets inside and flurries. Yeah, apparently someone did bet $15,000 against Dern. Overhand right by Dern. She's got the deep underhook in. Elbow on the break by Jandiroba. Both girls exchanging big shots there. 1-2 by Jandiroba, by Dern, nothing doing. 38 seconds to go. Level change. Big miss with an overhand right by Jandiroba. Another overhand right goes missing. Jandiroba still on the outside, going with the 1-2, just outside of range though. Right. Oh, nice leg kick landed by Dern. Both girls exchange very aggressive, very aggressive. 2 seconds to go, and that's the round, people. I give that round to Dern. I think it is going to be one of those cases, Chris, where we have ourselves a kickboxing match by two BJJ experts. Yeah, pretty interesting. I don't know what's going to happen here if it's going to be a kickboxing match, but Dern does seem to be getting the better of the exchanges. So then maybe that is good for her. Thank you, Eli, for coming in this one, and I love your podcast, Caleb and Jeffo. So if you get a chance to watch their podcast, please do so. They are fantastic. You've had a lot of high-profile people on there as well. I think Volkanovski was on there as well, so please give it a listen. A lot of the times you do see that, though. You do see two really good jiu-jitsu guys have a kickboxing match, and sometimes you see the kickboxers have a bad grappling match. Jandiroba seems more experienced in MMA. Yeah, but she's not getting the better of these exchanges in this fight. I love Chael Sonnen, but I'll call him a liar. I'm sure you recall him carrying around a bill and saying he was a champion. Yeah, no, man, I don't trust anything Chael says, but he's good to listen to. Yeah, someone did bet 15 grand against Dern, apparently. Anna slimmed down a bit. It seems probably why she's making weight now. I can't watch fights live at the moment. What weight is this fight at? Straw weight. We're off, people. We're off. Again, Dern's holding the center of the octagon. Strawweight women's, in answer to your question, sir, Ewan. Holding the center of the octagon is Dern. Jandiroba's bouncing on the outside. The exchanges seem to be won by Dern every single time. Big swing and a miss by Jandiroba at the end of that exchange. Again, they're not really landing flush. It looks like they could have a head clash here because they both come in at the same time and they both drop their heads and throw overhands. Now, a touch of gloves from the girls. I think they acknowledge that to some degree. They both drop their hands and throw the overhand right. And Dern was finding more success in cutting that off, but I think she seems to have slowed down a tiny bit. And Jandiroba's coming forward now more and holding a little bit more of the center of the octagon. Both girls are standing in the center now. Dern has regained the control of the center of the octagon, pouring away with jabs. A jab to the body by Dern. Little right hand there, cheeky one by Jandiroba. Seems to have dropped Dern. Kind of pushed her, kind of dropped her. It was interesting, but she did not want to engage with Dern on the floor. Did not follow her down to the ground. She had an ample opportunity to do so and didn't. So it says quite a bit about where they sit, I think, as far as their jiu-jitsu is concerned. Exchanging knees in the clinch while Dern is holding her up against the cage with a nice deep underhook, although she doesn't have the head position where she'd like it to have. Here, Jandiroba's got the underhook. She should use it to get off this. Up there we go. She got off. Now she's got the head positioning. This is a very interesting position here. It'd be interesting to see if she's going to try and get for the takedown. She's got the superior head position and she's got the underhook. Very interesting here. Another exchange. This is very interesting. 1-2 by Jandiroba. Not flush though. Elbow over the top. Nice kick by Jandiroba to the legs. Mackenzie's coming forward. Is Dern. I think she hit it with an uppercut there. But these girls looking very close to clashing head. Every time they come in to throw that overhand right, they dip their heads and kind of clash. Now there was an eye poke here, and I can't stop the time. I don't know how to pause the time. What do we do here, people? No, I messed it up. I guess Dad was right. I am a loser. We'll have to go no round on this one. I'll have to figure that one out, guys. I'll have to ask my wife. Hey, Fab, I personally don't enjoy women's fights as much as men. No sexist. It's just my opinion. What are your thoughts? I think women's MMA, I might get flamed for this, and people, you're a sexist monster. I think women's MMA is still generally quite new. And so you don't have the same depth in the talent pool that you do with men. And so you do have some outliers, some really, really, really good women fighters, but there's a massive gap. There's a huge gap between the really good girls and then everybody else. And so I think that takes away from what I think some of the women are fantastic fighters. I don't like seeing women get hit. I don't see anyone get hit in the head, but I don't really like seeing girls get hit, and I'm not with it yet. That doesn't take away from the fact that they're fantastic fighters. It doesn't take away from the fact that but I think that whole evolutionary process of seeing girls in combat is still kind of like I can appreciate how well they fight. Like these girls can fight, but I think that they're just absolutely. Dern is looking for the takedown now. Jandiroba went for a massive high kick, which Dern caught, but I think she looks cut too, does Dern. Jandiroba has her up against the cage. But see, that's what I was talking about before. Dern has that butterfly in. When you get that butterfly in, it's very hard. You can't get slammed like that from there. But she looks like she's looking for the guard. Yeah. Now this is what gets interesting, because if Dern can't finish her and she's sweaty and she looks to be a bit tired and she's cut, Jandiroba has enough time now in this fight to turn the tide. There's 1 minute 15 seconds to go. And she's on top. Dern's looking, she's got her feet on the hips. She's looking for things, but Jandiroba's square on her. Her hips are square, so it's very hard for Dern to switch into anything. And Jandiroba knows enough to know not to give her an angle, not to give her angles on the ground. And she's got her head caught up against the octagon fence. So I think Jandiroba's going to ride this round out here. And this could mean the round for her. This is very interesting. The Dern is looking for a sweep. She's looking to catch the leg, but I think Jandiroba is going to sit on that leg, and now she's got sit on that arm, and now she's got one of Dern's arms trapped. Dern is looking to spin and maybe go for a leg lock here, or an arm bar, but there's no arms there. She's looking to go for a leg lock, but she's not going to get it. Little bit of ground and pound from the bottom by Dern. Jandiroba is posturing up well out of harm's way, and she's starting to land some shots on Dern. There's 11 seconds to go. I don't know if Jandiroba is going to get a chance to do any significant damage to Dern on the ground, But she's definitely going to see this round out. There's 2 seconds to go, and Dern is a case of too little, too late. I don't know how you score that round. Yeah, so in answer to your questions from before, I think that that's one of the big things right off the bat is that the talent pool in women's MMA right now is not as deep as the men's, and that's normal. But then I don't know if you watch women's tennis and men's tennis, you can watch women's tennis, you can watch men's tennis because the talent pool are both they're both quite as big. So I think from a technical and everything else perspective, you've got to give women's MMA a little bit of time to catch up as far as depth in the talent pool. That isn't to say that the top end women aren't fantastic. She was doing some really good body work, was Dern. Um, Shevchenko, Nunes, Namajunas, Jaja, all artists, man. Hard not to appreciate what they bring to the table. No, absolutely. That's exactly what I said. The top end women are fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I think they are absolutely amazing at it. I think there's a massive jump down though from the first few. Then we're struggling to find it. We're off, guys. Round 3. 1-2. Now she's starting to find a home for that 1-2 is Jandiroba. She's starting to find a much better home. There we go. Spinning back fist attempt by Dern, but Jandiroba has landed the 1-2. She landed the 1 then. Now, in this scenario, see, like this level, women's MMA, like these 2 black belts that can strike, it's high level, man. It's not no joke. Dern looking for a takedown. She's in deep on a single. She's going to try and run the pipe, but Jandiroba is doing such a good job, man. She's doing such a good job. So she's posting on the head and then landing the little elbow from there. And that does a lot. That does a lot. Nobody likes that. And she's able to turn Jandiroba. She's blocking the hips off. So you don't want Jandiroba doesn't want Dern to be able to throw the knees or to get her hips in for a takedown. So she was blocking off the hips. I would have liked to have seen her throw a knee up the middle there. I like that because Dern's dropping her head. They both drop their heads to throw that overhand right. So I'd like to see her come up with a knee or an uppercut. That would be good. Again, Dern has slowed down significantly, though, and Jandiroba is able to control her a little bit. Ooh, nice high kick. Nice high kick by Jandiroba. An exchange there of kick and a punch there. Jandiroba can start to put if she could put the pace on a little bit, we're going to see a change here. There's 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes, 22 seconds. Nice. So Dern's holding the center of the octagon. They exchange jabs. Dern exchange another good jab. Seems to be landing the stiffer jab is Dern. Yep, she's landing a jab. 1-2. She landed it on Jandiroba. Jandiroba's hurt. Dern's going for a takedown. She's got that single leg. But Jandiroba does a fantastic job of pushing the head away. And that's one of the major things when you defend a single leg like that, you push the head away and try and get your knee free. Dern's trying to wrap up the foot at the ankle, but it's going to be hard for her to finish this. She's reaching all the way across to get the double leg. I don't think she's going to be able to do this. She's going to go try and get the trip. I think that Jandiroba, I thought that Jandiroba was going to be able to reverse that. Jandiroba is now on top. This could be this man. Depending on what happens here, I don't know who wins this fight. Dern is looking. This looks like exactly the end of the other round. Jandiroba should not let her get up. Don't let her get up. Just keep hitting her and stay on top. Up kicks by Dern. Up kicks by Dern. A lot of butt scooping into the center. Jandiroba's asking her to get up. Gets up. The ref steps in, stands him up. Dern looks a little the worse for wear. There's 1 minute 56 seconds. 1-2 landed. Dern's throwing big uppercuts in the clinch. Nice. Big right hand landed by Jandiroba. Nice exchanges here. Very, very, very nice. Kick to the body by Dern. This is a very good fight. Exchange of jabs. Exchange of jabs again. 1-2 thrown by Jandiroba. 1 minute to go. This could go down to the wire. Jandiroba still pushing forward. 1-2 exchange of jabs there by both girls. These girls are fighting hard right to the end. Nice uppercut by Dern. Knee attempt by Jandiroba and another knee by Jandiroba. Dern's going for the single leg. Eats a few elbows to the ear and to her traps by Jandiroba. She's not going to get this takedown. If she gets a takedown, I believe the Jandiroba will be able to reverse this. Jandiroba goes for a flying armbar omoplata triangle thing. She's got the omoplata in. She's not going to be able to finish Dern with an omoplata, but wow, that was really, really, really impressive. And it looks very good to the judges. It'd be great if Jandiroba could finish on top. Dern is doing everything to get out of it. Jandiroba is going to go for a figure four on the foot. She's trying to get her hands in the correct position for the figure four. Dern's fighting it off, but she's still stuck in that omoplata. Now she's out of the omoplata, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is time. What a fantastic fight. Don't ask me to call that one as to who won, but Jesus, that was a good fight. Absolutely. Shevchenko is a machine. Who have I got between Figgy and Moreno? I said Figgy early, Moreno late. That's my opinion, but it could go either way. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like the top girls are fantastic. The top girls, it's just a question of like, it's still a relatively new sport compared to men's MMA, if you will. And so you got to allow for women's MMA to kind of catch up as far as the depth of the talent pool. That's all I think the biggest thing is. Man, Jason Perillo is honestly one of the unsung heroes of coaching, man. That guy is very, very, very good. I really, really recommend him for anyone. We all, so Fab, we're all back again watching you from Scotland. What do you think of Tony's chances tonight? I think Tony's chances are superb. I think Tony late or Charles early, more than likely, but it could go either way. But I think that's, if Tony survives the way that Charles comes at him, because Charles is a hurricane, he goes for submissions, he goes for great strikes, he does the whole thing. It depends who gets off on what. Yeah, I don't. Okay, no time gone. He boomed it. Yeah, man, I'm trying, man. I'm learning with this. It's when I don't know how to pause it. I'm gonna get up now, answer a few more questions, and ask my wife how to pause this. This is interesting to see. I think Dern won it. Yeah, she won it. Mackenzie won it. Okay, hold on 1 second, people. I will be back. I worked it out, people. My wife told me how to. I have to press what I have to press, and now I know. Um, Yeah, I don't know. It depends what you want to see when you see fights as well. Like, I think some of the women are just spectacular fighters. Shevchenko's a spectacular, spectacular fighter. I really like watching her fight. Um, some of the guys' fights aren't that good either. So I don't know. Might have to reset around anyway since the break between rounds in exactly 1 minute. No, I've worked it out. My wife told me, so I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it next time. Um, I think Mackenzie poked the other girl in the eye. Yeah, Jason is a great ref. I think he's a really, really good ref as well. Um, dude, the refs, man, it's fucking hard. It's not an easy job, man. Are there any fighters that you wouldn't be surprised if they try to pull guard in an MMA fight? Kevin Holland. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. But more than pulling guard, like the people that are smart, like Damian Maya, he shoots and then he goes from his single leg to half guard to deep half back to single, and that is very hard to very hard. Even for a good wrestler to counter that, it's very hard. Fab, can you please say hi to us all in Scotland? Keep it up, sir. Hey, everyone in Scotland, including Paul Martin, hello and thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm a fan of Scotland. I want to go to Scotland. I've been to Ireland, but I haven't been to Scotland. Funnily enough, I have a whole bunch of family in Ireland. Yeah, and here's an interesting story for you. Circa 2007, 2008, my family lived in a little village. I had a family lived in a little village, a place called Rathcoole, and I landed there, and I wanted to go train, and I thought, where can I go train? And I went, I found a gym, and the gym was run by a guy, little Irish guy, just got his black belt, named John Kavanagh, and it was a straight blast gym, and we're rolling and training there, and there was a young guy in there that was training by the name of Conor McGregor, and like there was he had a whole bunch of good guys there, man, really nice guys. Everyone was very welcoming. Everyone were gentlemen. It was really great. And then when I got home, I remember telling people like, "There's a young kid coming out of Ireland. His name's Conor McGregor, and he's good, man. He's gonna be fucking good." Like I remember rolling with him, and he was fucking strong. Like you know when you feel someone and they're strong, strong. That's the thing I remember about him. He was super strong. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say on all of that. But I was there for about 3 or 4 weeks. It was so I love Ireland and I love Scotland. Um, all we do here is fight and work, anyways. Nice to actually sit and have a beer and watch a fight you're not in. Paul Martin. Okay, fair enough. Um, I'm really looking forward to 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 this fight that's about to happen now. Man, it's been crazy, man. What a crazy card. I'm really enjoying it. Um, yeah, I would have liked to see. You know, it's weird, eh? Because you see that the kickboxing matches versus when it's two good grapplers. You know, so it's interesting. Chase Dover, you are a scoundrel. You're dirty and you're a scoundrel, Chase. Um, hello to my friends from the Caucasus. I'm assuming you're from the Caucasus. I can't. Myra Metapiev. This fight will tell us much more about Tony than it will Oliveira. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this is going to be an interesting fight. Let's see what happens. Myers chaining is beautiful to watch. Yeah, it is, man. The way he does that, it's insane. You know, I honestly don't really differentiate, like my opinion, the wrestling and the grappling when you're talking in combat. Like to me, it's grappling. You might be better at jiu-jitsu, you might be a better wrestler, but it's all grappling. And I think like if you're a wrestler that knows no submissions and you're fighting in MMA, you're a retard. You're doing the wrong sport. You know, and if you're a jiu-jitsu guy that can't wrestle and you're doing MMA, nah. If you're doing MMA, you're a grappler. You know, you should be able to do both, you know, and you should be fighting to be able to do both. Like you might have really good guard, really good jiu-jitsu, but you should be really working on your wrestling. You know, and if you're a good wrestler, you should be really working on your jiu-jitsu to be an overall grappler. Otherwise, you're kidding yourself. Fab, how come Maya finds the body triangle on the back of his opponent so often? I think one is his ability to chain wrestle, you know, and that half guard thing that he does. deep half, etc. It gets people very, very badly. And then he goes for the back and he attacks the back so strongly that he doesn't need both hooks in. He creates so much pressure from when he takes someone's back. Then he's able to put in his both hooks or go to the body triangle. But it's something that he's been doing obviously for forever. So it's just a move that he's been doing forever. And then because he's able to create so much pressure and take the back of his opponents to begin with, then he goes for the body triangle and he just creates more and more and more pressure. And he's got very, very good conditioning from that position, because otherwise your legs gas. But he's been grappling for so long that he's able to create a lot of pressure from those positions. Fab, I live next to Loch Ness. You're welcome anytime. Thank you, brother. I'm going to turn up in some of these places one day. Might turn up at Iowa, might turn up in Scotland, and I'll be saying to people, hey, man, I'm here. Take me out. Do you drink Guinness there? I'll watch you drink a Guinness because I don't drink, but I really want to go to Scotland. I've got a few friends from that grew up there. Another one. It's another guy from, I believe, the Caucasus. How are you, my friend? Thank you for watching. I don't know what you're saying, but thank you. Chris K says, so whatever became of this Conor McGregor? Oh, man, you are a character, Chris. Thank you for, thank you so much for donating. Thank you so much for helping out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I think we all know what became of Mr. Conor McGregor. But he was talented, man, right from the start. I like when he would have been, I'm going to say 20, 21 when I was there. Super talented. Henry, so you're saying basically you're responsible for McGregor's success. I think I'm more responsible for anything good that's ever happened in Europe. Anything good. And all the fighters, of course. Really hope Tony takes it. He needs a win. Do you see this dude stand up based centrally around the UFC? Laugh out loud. I don't know what that is. Me too, Tony. Okay, Temple. I heard this McGregor became 0-1 boxer. Everyone's a character. You know what Oliveira will bring, whereas there is a now question mark with Turner after his last fight. Maybe it was just a bad night or weight cut, but he's not getting any younger. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You can lose a fight, but I will say this. Tony is not getting younger. That I will say. That doesn't mean that he won't look fantastic in this fight. This is going to be a very interesting fight. I think Oliveira early is very hard to beat. Early on, I think he's got a lot of different tools, a lot of different things, But later, as the fight goes, if he hasn't gotten Tony out of there, it's going to get really difficult for him. Really, really difficult. He's another guy that when I was in Brazil in 2009 or whatever, I went to his gym for a while. My friend of mine as well. Shout out to Patrice and Payne, the Black Scorpion, the man that can't shout his best friends a drink. But that's a different story. But we went there. We went and trained there at that gym with him. And then I went and trained at Bushesh's gym, which was Kavaka's gym. Kavaka gave me my blue belt, actually, on that trip. And Charles was there. Charles was a kid. And he was fighting, man. He was fighting grown men, man. He was probably 20 or something, 21, 22, something like that. Young guy, but. And he was fighting all the time. 3 in a night. I went and watched him fight 3 in a night and knocked this guy out with a flying knee. And trained with him as well. And he was off the hook good. And he was a purple belt. Good grappler. Really good grappler. So there's space in my heart there for him as well. Interesting. I don't know who it'll be. I don't know who's going to get it. Who's going to get this done, to be honest with you. So I don't know. What are the basic qualifications to enter the UFC? Usually you're going to have to win a bunch of regional comps, and it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to have a huge following. The bigger your following, the more chance of you getting signed as well. Like if you got a guy that's 5-0 and another guy that's 5-0, and depends on your division too. If like that division needs talent, then there's more chance of you getting signed. If they don't have a lot of talent and you got a lot of followers, you might go in there with 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. But then there's other divisions where you might go 15-0 and you don't get signed because there's so much talent. Yeah, I'm in charge of. I'm for all of them. Bushesha as well, dude. I was there when Bushesha was a purple belt. When Bushesha was a purple belt, I rolled with him every day. For about 3 months. I didn't roll with him. He just fucking tapped me over and over and over until the clock uh, buzzed, and then somebody else would go with him, and I would be let go of my misery because I wasn't rolling with him. He just fucking tapped me like a typewriter. Yeah, man, I'm super, 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 super pumped for this. I do see Tony coming out strong, man. I do see that, and I don't know if Charles is going to be able to really hurt him or really put him, in a bad place. That he can either take him out or really hurt him for later in the fight. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the case. It's interesting where this puts them. I think Dana White said that the winner of this would be would dude. This guy's got the coolest handshakes with his people. Anyways, I think that yeah, the winner might get a title shot, which I don't know if that's true or not. Who knows? But dude, these guys are good. This is going to be very, very interesting. Um, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm really, really pumped to see it. I don't know what that means, anyways. From Dana White, like who knows? Who knows what they're saying? Maybe Tony wins this and Khabib fights him. Who knows? That is definitely on the cards. But I think Khabib would have mauled Tony as well. I do believe that. I think Tony's been held down by wrestlers in the past, and Khabib is the wrestler that holds you down better than everyone else. I reckon I could take you in a game of chess, Fab. You probably could. I like to play chess though a little bit. I don't mind. I used to play as a kid a little bit, but not too much. Tony going to pull out the Wing Chun and disco dance moves. I hope so. I hope so. Both guys pretty amped. They're both pretty ready to go. I'm Tony's a slight underdog. Charles a slight favorite. Not slight, probably a little bit more than slight, but I don't know, man. This is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Tony's got the reach advantage, a little bit of a height advantage, but he's a little bit older. But I think Tony can still be at the kind of top, starting to dwindle part of his potential at the top. He's still there. This is getting very, very interesting. They're both very similar too. Like they're similar and they're not. Like Tony likes to like wear on people, boil them a little bit, come at them with pressure, and Charles just explodes, man, like a hurricane out of like punches, kicks, flying knees, spinning elbows, leg attacks, arm bars, triangles, guillotines, all of it. He throws them all at you in the first 5 minutes. How you weather that storm, that's the biggest thing. Blaine Wilson, Blaine, please feel free to share with people. Tell them to join. Tell them all of that. Um, didn't Khabib say he will fight for 100 million? I don't know. I don't know. I hope he fights for 100 million. I hope he gets that. Yes, Tony's a favorite. Tony's the favorite. Yes. Um, I don't know how I read that before. I must have read it wrong. I must be. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I must have read it wrong. Yeah. So Tony's the favorite because I would have thought that Tony was the favorite. Um, think this was mostly it could be just on the feet, but the thing with Charles is that he goes everywhere, man. He goes from all different positions. Fab, I've been rolling some friends. I'm going to go. We're doing an armbar and getting to for the thumb area to control the direction of the forearm. You BJJ guys are killers. I'm not. I'm not really a BJJ guy, but to be fair, there are some really good BJJ guys. I wouldn't call myself a BJJ guy. Please, guys, like and share this. Go, we're off. Like and share this, guys. Charles in the center of the octagon. Tony in the southpaw stance. Tony's looking for kicks. He's kind of standing square. Then he's gone back to southpaw. Charles in orthodox. Tony in southpaw. Tony's cutting off the octagon. Tony's gone to. Ooh, he went to orthodox. And Charles landed a nice calf kick now. Tony's pouring away with some jabs. Charles is standing outside of that reach. And Tony's doing a very good job of jumping into the range. He jumps into the range. Oh, right hand landed by Charles. Nice one. Spinning elbow. 1-2 landed by Ferguson. Ferguson's going crazy with the range. It's hard, man. These two guys are hard to get a range on them. Oblique kick by Tony. Ooh, high kick by Charles. 1-2 landed. The boys are exchanging punches here. Charles controlling the center, steps in with an elbow. Front kick by Charles. Front kick by Tony. Parried by Charles. 1-2 by Charles. Ooh, Tony swings on a punch and then slips. Body lock by Charles. Tony's got the whizzer, but Charles picks him up and dumps him onto his back. Charles in side control. This is when it gets nasty here. The start is very, very nasty. Charles looking for a guillotine setup. He's controlling the legs so that Tony can't get to his knees. Now he's looking for mount. Tony did a great job of getting the guard back. He's got one of his legs in now as a butterfly. He's got kind of like a half guard with one of his butterflies in. And Charles is doing a fantastic job of keeping that wrapped up so that he keeps Tony from moving and keeps Tony flat. Fantastic work. These two guys are high-level grapplers, man. Very, very nice. But Charles on top is bad news, man. Very, very bad news. His grappling level is very high. Very, very, very high. He could have done really well in the grappling circuit. This guy could have done really well in the grappling circuit. And he's looking to pass, and he's passed. And now he's going to take the back. He's going to take the back here. If Tony kept moving, he would have taken the back. But he kept the mount position. And there's 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go. This is not looking good for Tony. Charles, they're both relatively dry. And Charles is just holding him down. He's looking to create a little bit of space to slam his head down or to frame and come down with elbows. Nice. Hit him with a nice elbow there, did Charles. Again, he's just holding that. He's doing a fantastic job. He's keeping the mount. This is going to make Tony use a lot of energy, and it gives Charles the first round. Just gives him the round. So this is very, very smart. He's making Tony use up energy, he's going to win the first round. So Tony's going to be behind one round already if he survives this round from this position. Charles going to frame here and drop an elbow. That was fantastic work from Charles right off the bat. His ability to maintain mount is really, really, really good. This is high-level stuff, man. To maintain mount like this, the way that he's maintaining it, is very, very hard because Tony's trying to buck and turn his hips, look for half guard, trying to get a butterfly in, but he can't do a thing. Charles' mount is that good. It's effortless the way he's maintaining mount. If people could understand this, because Tony can grapple, he's a very good grappler. But Charles is able to hold that mount perfectly. And he's looking to set up a head arm. No, the head arm is out. Charles doing a good job just keeping mount. He's not going wild with the ground and pound, which would give Tony space to get up. He's doing a fantastic job of cooking Tony, just getting the full mount and just holding him there, making Tony work and just taking up Tony's gas tank. He's very, very intelligent, very, very smart the way he's fighting. I really like it. I like that he's not going wild and losing the mount. You see that often with people. He's looking to set up an armbar as well, trying to make Tony turn. There's 20 seconds to go. Fantastic job by Oliveira. Fantastic job. 12 seconds to go. He's turned. He's gone for the arm, but this arm is in so tight. Oh, he's 5 seconds to go. The arm's in. Tight. 3, 2, 1. Oh, shit. It looked like he dislocated his arm. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Oh. That looked like he might have dislocated his arm. It's certainly going to hurt, man. It's going to take power out of that arm for sure. Dude, that's very interesting. I wonder if his arm's hurt. I can't see if his arm's hurt or not. They're not paying much attention to it in the corner, but it looked like he got hyperextended, man. That wouldn't do anyone any good to get your arm hyperextended like that. If you look here, Tony's looking to put his thumb down, but Charles Charles done everything right. The thumb's up. The thumb's up. Tony's bridging a little bit to give him a little bit of space. See? But here, you see the arm kind of hyperextend in this next one. There we go. This will hyperextend the arm. There you go. That arm is hyperextended. We'll see. Oh, Tony doesn't shake hands. No shaking hands by Tony. Maybe he couldn't extend the arm. I don't know. He's back in the southpaw stance. And that's giving you an insight as to what can happen on the ground here with Charles. This is definitely in Tony's head. Yeah, man, I'd have to say it's probably a 10-8 in my opinion. But who am I? That was proper damage. Right hand thrown by Tony. Tony's looking for that left hand. I don't know if he's going to be able to throw. I don't know what his hand's going to be like. This is going to be very interesting. Keep your eyes on his left arm and see what he does. But Tony's got a lot of fight in him. He was never going to quit. Nice leg kick by Charles. Partially kind of checked by Tony. Tony's moving around a lot. I haven't seen him throw a left hand yet. I have not seen him throw the left hand. Right kick landed by Charles. I haven't seen him throw that left hand. I would say that left arm is in a lot of trouble. That arm got hyperextended. Charles now got him on his back. He's got him stacked against the cage. His hip. See, this is where the big mistake people make, what Charles is not making. His head is above Tony's head there, see? And he's got it. So what Charles is complaining about is that. So stop. Okay, what Charles was complaining about was his knee was on the ground and Tony threw the up kick. And so that's what the complaint is there. So if your knee's on the ground, you're a grounded opponent. You can't kick even from the bottom. You know, so Charles is, but you know what the thing is as well? They don't have the 5-minute rule, I don't think, for you getting kicked in the head. It's only for you getting kicked in the groin. So Charles is saying he's all right. But see, let me see here. If this knee is on the ground, so the knee's on the ground, yep, boom, he got kicked in the head. Yeah. Oh, we're off again. Okay, so he's stacking Tony. He's doing a great job. He's going to pass that guard. There's nothing there for Tony to be able to land there from that position. Charles doing a good job here. And he's going to land some heavy ground and pound. And he's passing. He's trying to pass. Tony's very active from the bottom. I believe he's looking to spin for a leg lock. But Charles is all over him on the ground. Charles is very, very, very good on the ground. Different level. Different level on the ground. Like I said, Charles could have done really well in just straight jiu-jitsu. You know, he was that good. You know, not a lot of people know like exactly how good he was. Not just good at jiu-jitsu in MMA. He's good at jiu-jitsu. So he's landing very good ground and pound. He's controlling Tony's legs. And doing a fantastic job of making Tony work. Tony wants to go for a leg lock, but he hasn't got it. He's in like an inverted guard now. And this is just going to allow Charles to stack his head up even more against the cage and land bigger shots, which is what Charles is looking to do. Charles doing a fantastic job here. Tony's being very active from the bottom too. Oh, big knee to the body, but Charles from an inverted guard. I have never seen that before. Very, very interesting what's happening here. But I do believe that this leaves you kind of open to get some of the ground and pound when you get stacked like this. Tony's extremely flexible, very, very nice. But Tony lands a big elbow on Charles from this guard. He's trying to get this leg to try and, I don't believe he's going to finish him with a leg lock, but he is trying to sweep him or go for the knee bar if he could. Charles is too savvy for that, especially now in this fight. Minute 50 to go, both sweaty. Charles knows what's happening, and Charles is landing a lot of damage here on Tony. Another knee to the body. The thing with Charles is he knows exactly what's happening here. You know, he knows you're not going to show him a lot on the ground at this stage in his career that he hasn't already seen. So he's managing to stack Tony all the time. And this leave, now he's blocked off one of Tony's arms. Tony's doing a good job of defending and avoiding taking too much damage. But Charles doing a fantastic job of passing. And he passed now. He's going to north-south. And he's got the north-south position with a minute to go with Tony. And landing a bit of ground and pound from there. And I think Tony could be looking for a DAS setup here, but he's not going to get this on Charles. But I do believe that he's going to try and do a modified DAS on Charles from this position. But see, Charles already posturing up and pushing his head through so that his carotid doesn't get stuck there. You know, he's already savvy to it. He's already savvy to it. The chances of finishing Charles like this are very, very slim. Charles already pushing his head through as soon as he got it postured and pushed his head through. 30 seconds to go. This round is going to be all Charles again. You know, so I find it very hard. Tony needs to get a finish as a 3-round fight. Very hard. $15 seconds to go. I think this is going to be it for this round. I think Tony's going to end up stacked here, and he's holding Charles down, which is smart as well because you don't want Charles on the loose, yanking your arms and doing all the stuff that he does. It's time. Well done, people. That's the time. Tony does a fantastic roll out of there. That was pretty interesting, man. I think that that was very, 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 very interesting. I think the way that now what happens is the way I see these rounds going is Charles won the first one 10-8 and he won this one 10-9. So Tony needs a finish, but I don't see him finishing Charles. Not now, not like this. Like 4th and 5th, yes. If there was a 4th and 5th, Tony could come back because he's surviving on the ground. He's smart and he's doing the right things to survive on the ground. But Charles is still very fresh. That first round allowed Charles to rest a lot, you know, not really wear himself out, and his confidence is up. And I don't know how bad Tony's arm is. You know, I don't know if his ligaments are torn. I'll tell you that tomorrow they'll be sore for sure. Okay, we're about to start. We're off. And we're off. Exchanging shots in the middle of the octagon. Tony's now in orthodox stance. Exchanging, Charles moving. There's a lot of movement from both guys. I really don't know what's going to happen here with this fight. My God, what a fight. Interesting. Tony's holding the center of the octagon now, stalking Charles Oliveira. They exchange left hands. I don't think Tony's got much in that left hand, though. Right leg kick, left leg kick by Oliveira. Oliveira is now starting to show the hands in different directions. Hits him with the lead uppercut from the bottom. Nice pause with the jab. Tony rolls to get out of that takedown. In deep on a double leg is Charles. Big slam does Charles on Tony. And he's looking for the mount, and he's going to get this mount. He's going to get it. Because Charles, what's happening here is Tony's got one hook in. He's got one butterfly hook in. And Charles is going to use the same guard pass that he used earlier by shifting his weight and then passing there. Because Charles using his right leg to keep Tony's hook at bay. and then he's gonna use exactly the same guard pass they used before, and this time I think he's even deeper with the head arm. So Tony's going to be busy fighting the head arm, and Charles is going to end up in mount. Here we are. He's almost there, and he's out, and that's what he does. So he's able to keep the pressure on the other leg and slide off the butterfly hook. Very, very high level jiu-jitsu. Very high. Tony's looking for an escape, but it's not going to happen. Charles is going to hold him down here. We may see a submission finish here by Charles Oliveira. There's 3 minutes to go on the clock. That's a long time. There's the mount. There's the mount. And he's put very smart. He's pushing his head up against the cage so that he's only got – so what's happening here, Tony has only got one way out. Oh, Tony, very clever. Oh, Charles with the triangle. It's in deep. It's in deep. Big elbows from Charles. Big elbows. Tony goes to slide out. He's sliding out. He's going to slide out. He slid out. Very good job by Tony to slide out. I wouldn't have thought he'd slide out of that one. Tony's looking to, I think, to do some sort of dart setup, but Charles knows. Charles knows what's coming. This is fantastic. Fantastic work by Charles. Charles is going to look for the mount again. And that's what I really like how he does this. He does this very, very well. And when he gets the mount, he keeps the mount. He's very, very good. That was a great thing that Tony did to wall walk. But the way that he did it as well, and Charles was able to set up and wait for him with that triangle. Spectacular work by Charles. Problem is, Charles doesn't have to do anything. Charles can just stay here for the rest of the fight, and he's going to win. He's going to win it. There, Tony went for that dust that he's been waiting to do it the whole fight. This is what Charles wants. He wants to hold him up against the cage like that, so there's only got one way out, but he can't come out this way towards him because Charles is there, and then he's got the cage on the other side. Tony wants to wall walk, but Charles now knows, and he's savvy to it. So this is basically keeping Tony pressed against the wall and against Charles. Very smart work by Charles. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go. Fantastic job by Charles. Really, really, really amazing job. This card has been fantastic. Nothing short of fantastic. Tony's out. Tony's out. Charles is turning around again. There's a minute to go. I think, look, Tony looked really good in this fight, man. It's just not like, I mean, Charles outclassed him, but I think Tony gives a lot of people a run on the ground that's not named Charles Oliveira or Khabib. I think Tony gives a lot of people a good run. But, this matchup for him now, in hindsight, Charles' grappling is on another level. So he's going to hold Tony down for 35 seconds. And that's it. Smart. Why give up position? North-south position that he's holding on him now is fantastic. He's going to go for mount again. He's going to smash pass now. And he's holding Tony in a smash pass. 21 seconds. All of this takes time. And it's just cooking Tony. There's not much time to go. And I don't feel that a 5-round fight would have gone any different, to be honest with you, because the one that would be feeling this a lot is Tony. The level is huge here. The level difference in their jiu-jitsu is very, very high. And that's it. There's 1 second to go. It's done. People, we are done. We have a new contender, I believe. That was a fantastic fight. Fantastic fight. Charles Oliveira, I think we have ourselves a new competitor, a new contender here. What do you think is the age where fighters reach their peak? It just depends. It depends on how much damage they take. It depends on what, like who they fought, what their background is, how much their experience is, what they do. Like there's a lot of things, there's a lot of different people. How much blood will there? Okay, do you think Dan Hooker fits into all of this? Seems like Chandler's fighting Gaethje and Hooker is being left out in the cold. I don't know, man, what happens with Hooker. I think I'd like to have seen, I'd like to see him fight something, but the problem is that when these guys now, Charles Oliveira has cemented his spot there. I don't see him coming back to fight Dan Hooker. I see him wanting to fight, one of the guys that are coming up that's going to win if he doesn't get, and if he gets a lightweight shot, then fuck, that's what he's going to take. I don't know. That armbar at the start, I think that dislocated Tony's arm. I don't know what happens there with him. Um, yeah, it's really, really interesting. I just want to see what these comments are. Yeah, Khabib would have killed Tony. I think that's crazy. But I will say this. Yeah, but that's the thing that I'm saying to you. You say this is insane. I remember when Charles was getting KO'd by Cub. But the thing you got to remember is like who are you fighting and how are they fighting and what kind of guys are they and how do they hit, etc. There's a big difference. I don't think Cub today beats Charles today either, though. That's the other thing. Um, Tony's a late round fighter. Still have hope. How bad is 10th Planet? Laugh out loud. No, I don't. I don't think 10th Planet is bad. I just think that Charles is a different level to Tony. That's all. And it wouldn't have mattered what they did. Like I think Charles is just a different level, and he's younger, dude. Too. You know what I mean? Charles is kind of at the peak of his career, and Tony is on the twilight. That isn't to say that Tony can't still beat some good guys. Maybe make Dan Hooker and Tony Ferguson. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's Eddie. 10th Planet is Eddie Bravo's place. Um, nah, he is credible, dude. Like Eddie Bravo, man, beat like he medaled at ADCC. He is what he is. He's legit. He's no joke. But I don't think it's like the end all be all either. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the end all be all of no gi grappling either. But having said all of that, that was a fantastic performance by Charles, and I think Charles is just a super talented fighter, and he's in his peak, and he's young, and he's hungry, and he fought a guy that's towards the twilight of his career. Absolutely. Um, First round, I had it as a 10-8 for sure. Yeah, no, I don't see any fight there. I don't see how he could have beat Khabib. No. Can someone show performance by boxing for get entered to UFC? I don't know what that means, Smina. Um, yeah, it was bad. Like Charles was a step ahead. He was a step ahead every time. It was pretty brutal. I don't know. The thing is as well, like it depends how you match up because these guys were very similar and they're very similar grapplers and they're very similar thing, but the level of grappling is so much higher with Charles. I didn't see Tony that bad, to be honest with you. I just saw him outclassed. That's the truth. Um, yeah, I don't I didn't he didn't like gas out and was gassed out and getting beat up and this and that. But I see him being at a completely different level. Charles was just at a different level. Tony just I don't think is as good as Charles on the ground. And he couldn't stop the grappling or anything. He just looked absolutely fantastic, did Charles Oliveira. And yeah, I think he broke his arm, dude. I really do think he broke his arm. That's a different level of grappling there, is Charles Oliveira. And that's the thing people ask when's the fighter's peak. I think he's hitting his peak right now. And I feel that he's grown into his weight as well. He was always a little bit skinny kind of thing. And that's one of the first things that hit me when they weighed in. I went at the weigh-ins, I was like, this guy's weighed. He looks good for his division now. He was always like a kind of small kid, like not small, like he has big hands and the rest of it, but he looks like he's filled out and grown into that division and he's a bit of a monster, man. You think, or was that Charles pressuring him? Charles seemed to overwhelm. Yeah, I think Charles was just too good, man. Tony didn't look bad. Like he didn't look like he was doing the wrong things. It looked like Charles was doing all the right things. Um, and I think Tony beats a lot of people still in that division. I just think Charles is now after having seen that as well. I just think that Charles is a bad matchup for him every day of the week. Fab, do I like Joe Rogan? Is he a credible announcer? To be honest, I haven't listened for a long time, but do I like him as a human being? I don't know him. I met him once, but I don't know him. I I think he's a pioneer of the sport, and I think he's done a lot of amazing things for the sport and for himself. So yeah, I'm not like I don't like sometimes I might listen to his podcast or something like that every now and then, but I'm not like I listen to it all the time and I have to listen da 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 da. But I think he's very knowledgeable. He's very very knowledgeable of MMA, and he's in the mecca of MMA where he lives and where he trains and what he does, and the fact that he's around the fighters and he's got such a inside scoop on everything that's happening. So in that makes him very credible. Absolutely. Um, yeah, that I do think that he wasn't never going to add jiu-jitsu, Charles. But you don't know that until they fought. When they fought, you're like, holy shit, that's a level. That's a level. Um, that's what I mean. I don't know. Charles Oliveira versus McGregor or Poirier. I think he beats Poirier if he can get him down. But Poirier is tough as hell, dude. And he hits hard and he's mean and he's a tough dude. And if he can make it last as well, that's interesting. McGregor's hard to take down, man, and he hits so hard. And McGregor's always got that X factor. I favor McGregor. Um, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know because I don't really follow. I don't listen to the commentary, to be honest with you. I haven't listened to commentary for 6 years or something. Nah, when I met Joe, I was just say hello, how are you? When hello, no, not even. I said hello, how are you? That was it. That was the extent of my relationship with him. I don't have any relationship with him. At the end of the day, Tony's 38 years old, and like it or not, age play a bigger role as weight classes decrease. Yes, Tampa deal, you are 100% historically correct. Um, Oliver, I'll give you that one. Is this Tony's best possible performance? Man, honestly, man, I just think he was outclassed. I think that Oliveira is that much better on the ground. Um, and we will never see Tony versus Khabib. Not anytime soon. Somebody asked before, what do I see with McGregor and Poirier? I see Poirier being a little bit more cautious of McGregor's power. I think kind of like Oliveira, you don't know that how someone feels until you get in there with them. A lot of the times people say like, oh, for example, Jacare on the ground feels like this, or such and such guy feels like that, and you don't realize until the person's in there with you what they feel like. And I don't think he really got how hard and how good McGregor's distance management is, and how hard he hits. He knows this now, so that could make the fight very different. He hits very, very, very hard and very precise. So that's real. And he's good. He's a good grappler, dude. McGregor's a good grappler as well. So yeah. What UFC star have you met that made you nervous or starstruck? UFC stars? None. I don't have a thing like that for I don't know. I'm more starstruck because like Dr. Teo or someone that works in, you know, brain surgery with kids with cancer or something like that. If I get to meet someone like that, I'm more starstruck and awestruck than like people that can fight. Like it doesn't really. You have to do something more than just fight for me to be really like starstruck by you. I mean, like I, when I meet certain fighters that I've always watched, I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. Like Nogueira, for example, Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, they're guys that I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And Nogueira is such a cool person. You can have a conversation with him and that. But I didn't have like a thing where I was like, oh my God, like these people are, you know, not like that. I don't, not really. But there are some people probably that I get a little bit starstruck by that, but they're not really well known people for me to say. Where are you going? Something, anything. The main fight's about to start. How can you go? Yeah, keep smacking the clock, Oliver? Where are you going? Will Poirier finally execute his infamous guillotine? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't I don't know who yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see Poirier do that. I think McGregor's a little bit too tidy. I'd be very, very surprised if Poirier beats him. Is McGregor ranked number 2 at lightweight? Is he the second? Is he ranked number 2? Does anyone know? I don't like. Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but um, I don't see Poirier beating him. I would have liked to have seen McGregor and Poirier fight somebody else other than the two of them. I would have liked to have seen anyone else in that lightweight division. There are so many guys to fight in that lightweight division. So yeah, I would have probably preferred that. Man, that would have been an interesting fight. Having seen that as Oliveira and Khabib, but I believe that yeah that Khabib would smash him. Dustin is a great fighter, but his style is not a good matchup for Connor. Result will be the same. Yeah, I tend to agree. Fab, what are some of the funniest or wildest nights you've had with close friends, family, and or cousins? Was it out on the town, a house party, or a vacation? Which story comes to mind most often? Honestly, I've never really been much of a wild person. Like I've never really had big nights or anything. But I had a friend who was a little bit fucking slow growing up, and we were at a party once, and there was a all dinner, and these people. I was at the front, and I was in high school, and it just so happened that I was nearby, and I got dog shotted right on the side of the head, and I kind of fell against the fence, and the guys were teeing off on me, and there was about 3 or 4 guys teeing off on me. There's a whole bunch of those dudes. You know, people at crash parties, there's like 20 of them, but there was a subgroup of them, about 3 or 4. I didn't know them, and they were teeing off, and then everyone that was there ran from inside the party, said, Fab's getting jumped, and they all ran out, and there was somebody else who was getting jumped as well. And my mate, who's not the fucking, God bless him, who knows what he's doing today, and he runs out, and I heard him. I could hear him I was like this, and I could hear him. I was kind of standing up against the fence, and he picks up a big cinder block, and he fucking hurls it at the guys that were hitting me, and they all jumped out of the way, and it cracked me. And that he did the most damage of everyone. He tried to save me. That was one that comes to mind. But I wasn't very wild, man. I'm not very wild now, and I was never wild before. Did you get Poirier his start too? Yeah, I did. Helped him with his boxing. He's 4th ranked, is he? Okay, excellent. Cannonier Stone just called out Oliveira's rock. Poirier versus Chandler would have been the bout to schedule. That would have been interesting bout as well. Rewatching someone you KO'd in 1 round is kind of lame. Yeah, I think so as well. Your stories are the best. I'm laughing at the cinder block. Yeah, man, he hit me with a fucking cinder block. He's done that too. One time as well. We were about 18, and we were driving home, and there was a guy. There was these guys breaking into my friend's car. Same mate that was with me, and we stopped the car to stop these guys that were breaking into my friend's car. It was like 2 a.m. And I knew that they were going to jump a fence and jump on the other side. So I ran around and jumped the fence and waited for this guy to jump off the fence and jump the fence. And the guy that jumped the fence, he jumped the fence, and then my mate was a big fat guy, so he couldn't jump the fence in time, So the guy turned around, he was sticking his finger up and laughing at my mate. This was about 2 o'clock in the morning. The guy had been breaking into the car. He didn't see me, I was behind him, and I dog shotted him and dropped him. And I was kind of holding him, kind of doing like a little knee ride, holding him. And my mate was on top of the fence. This is the same guy that threw the cinder block at me. He goes to me, Fab, he goes, hold him there. He goes, I want to jump on him. And he jumped off the top of the fence to try and land on this guy's head. And I grabbed the guy, saved the guy's life, because if my mate had landed on him, we would have had to dig a hole and bury him there. And I wouldn't be doing Grange TV. I'd be doing, I don't know, fucking 20 years in Long Bay. But luckily he didn't land on his head, and luckily he didn't hurt the guy, and everything was good. Same guy, mate. Cinder block guy is the same guy. Yeah, he's a special character, that guy. I got stories for days about that guy. He was one of my best friends growing up. Yeah, unbelievable. Grizzly bear versus Siberian tiger. Who you guys got? Oh, man, I have to go with the grizzly. I have to go with the grizzly. It's just got the size advantage, got the claws, got the big teeth. Yeah, yeah, we're on. Brandon Moreno looks angry. People, he was on the podcast here, and I asked him who does he become when he's this, and he goes he can't really remember. He just goes somewhere else, and this guy takes over. And he looks like a mean, nasty, angry little guy like this. Usually he's so pleasant, but he actually looks very angry, very mean. Someone did something to him like this. Looks ready to go, man. Your friend sounds terrible. He's a good guy, man. He's just a fucking bit of a slow coach. Um, I think they have to come up with a lightweight tournament for the top 6 guys. Yeah, I think so too. I think they have to. I'd like to see a tournament for those top guys. Is Eli the cinder block guy? Nah, man. I'm like 6 years older than Eli, so nah. Now my friend was a good guy. He was just the slaps to the face by Brendan Moreno's coach. He was a good guy. He was just fucking. He was a special guy, man. When he used to work as a chef in a restaurant, and the head chef used to treat him like shit, like shit, like shit, like the worst I've ever seen. And the once I said, "Hey, so and so," because I used to go and pick him up sometimes, when we'd go out and we were like kids, 17, 18. I said, "How can you let that dickhead talk to you like that? He talks like so bad." And he goes, "You want to see how I let this guy talk to me like that?" He goes, "I'll show you." And like the guy used to treat him like shit. My mate is Muslim, and he used to fast, and he used to have his food ready to break his fast. And the head chef would come and fuck with his food, throw his food, just before he thing. And my mate goes, "You want to see how I get through this?" And he goes, "I'll show you." And the guy would go as well, being a complete fucking retard, because you wouldn't do this if you treated someone like shit. He'd just go, "Hey, make me a steak. I'm going to go up the road and blah 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 blah." And he goes to me, "You want to see how I do it?" He goes, "I'll show you." So he grabs this guy's steak, right, throws it in the urinal, right, and then he fucking gets the steak and he cleans the toilet, like the like the lip of the toilet bowl underneath it. He cleans the underneath the toilet bowl with it. And I'm looking at him, and I hated this guy for talking to my mate like this. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, you're gonna kill this guy. This guy's gonna get Hep C or AIDS or some shit." Anyways, long story short, he cooks up the guy's steak and feeds it to him, and that is how he got through it. Same guy. We're about to start, people. This is going to be a good one. No, Tony's wrestling was not good enough. Ooh, Figgy looks angry himself. They are some of the cats I grew up with, Oliver. These guys are ready to go, man. I like which guy? Which guy is he okay? The guy, the head chef. I don't know. I don't know if he's okay. I feel sorry for him, but he was an asshole, dude. Like honestly, he was a real asshole. We could do without him. Honestly, we could do without him. That man, that's a true story. That's this guy, man. He was. That's who I grew up with. A whole bunch of people like that. I could go on and on and on and on about these stories from my childhood. Yeah, the inside of the lip like that with the steak, nice big juicy steak. And I'll tell you something else. That guy, my mate, is trying to be a police officer now. Highway patrol. For anyone that knows, anyone in Australia, highway patrol. That's what he wants to be. I wonder. Yeah, I do think that the back-to-back weight cuts could affect, and that's what I'm interested in to see when this fight goes into the third, fourth rounds to see what happens. Third, fourth, fifth rounds. That I'm really, really interested. Joseph, I don't drink beer, but that was what it was, man. That was a true story. My, my friend, he was, man. He was like a Tarantino character. There were a few of them that was the thing. Is a combat agent necessary for UFC? Not necessarily, man. Like if you're talking about, do you need a manager for the UFC? Not necessarily. Just depends on you as well and what you do, like who you are, what your skill sets are like, what kind of person you are. It's yeah. Got 70 cents on Moreno. Best 70 cents you'll spend, my friend. Oh man, I wouldn't discount Moreno. He's scrappy. He comes to fight. He can tag him. I'll throw in a story every now and then. No, Moreno has also had back to back cuts, but I don't think he's as big as Figgy. Even when he was on the podcast and I was talking to him, he's not as big. Outside of the toilet lip, you could understand, but the inside, that's just not right, dude. You should have seen what he did to that steak. Ever since that day, whenever I go to a restaurant or anything, I go like that, and people it's like something's not right with the food. I just either don't eat it and order something else, or I don't eat it and leave the restaurant. But I never, ever, ever give the food back. I say, "Oh, can you heat this up more?" No, 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 no. I either eat it and love it, or I just don't eat it, or I order something else and go, "No, I want two meals," and I leave that one because I do not fuck with that. I don't fuck with it. Yeah, Moreno fought the same card. He also had back to back weight cuts. I just don't see him being as big as Figueiredo. That's the thing. Figgy's a little bit bigger, and he's missed weight before. Like it's interesting. This is going to be an interesting one. If Figgy stops him early, he's fighter of the year. I think. I think he's fighter of the year. If Moreno beats him, I think Moreno, mate, has done something amazing in MMA as well. That just quick turnaround takes a fight. But I think if Moreno beats him, there'll be a what do you call it? A rematch. So very, very interesting. So there's a plus 250 underdog. Fig conserves his gas tank by keeping a low pace. He can't. I think Moreno's going to push him, man. I don't think Moreno. I think Moreno knows that he has to get him working, get him deep into that thing. I just think Fig is too good, man. If he can get his game off, I think he in his game landing power shots from that middle distance is the best. But I do think that Moreno has very good jiu-jitsu and he's got a lot of things in his game that can cause problems for Figueroa. Figgy looks like a big mean guy, but for that weight division, he looks like a villain. But he actually seems like a nice guy. That's one of those things. The flyweights, they got so much energy about him. Yeah, he's massive, dude. He's huge, and he hits hard. UFC events this year have been amazing. Got Figgy winning. I salute you, Fab. Pretty drunk. Thank you. Yes, man. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate all of your support, and I appreciate all you guys watching with me. We're about to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan looks very relaxed. We're off. Spinning back kick by Figgy right off the bat. He's controlling the center. He looks significantly bigger. Looks a lot bigger than Moreno. He's looking to load up that right hand. Stiff jab by Moreno. Left hand landed by Figgy. That one hurt Moreno. You could see it right off the bat. Right hand whiffs but misses by Figgy. Left, right, and goes for the takedown. Moreno does a great job. Shucks him off. Now he pushes Figgy up against the wall. Great job by Moreno. Great job. This is good. Very good. He's got both underhooks in. He's nice and deep. He's shucked him off. He's gone to his back. Great job. Moreno goes, spins, looks for something, and he's up. He looks for like a Granby roll, but he wasn't able to pull it off. Moreno on top now. Figgy's still. This is what Moreno has to do. Very, 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 very nice work. got his nice high guard, does Moreno. Figgy slips and gets out of the way. Figgy's looking for the big shots. Jab by Moreno misses. Figgy standing just outside that range. Pouring jabs by Moreno. And Granby roll was interesting. Ooh, body shot by Figgy. Jab, nice stiff jab landed by Moreno. Another jab. He ducks under a Figgy left, does Moreno. They exchange stiff jabs. Kick up the middle by Figgy. Right hand by Figgy as well. Moreno has a good chin, man. I don't know how many shots of Figgy's he wants to take, but he's got a great chin. Very, very good chin. Figgy came in trying to bully him, and I think he's like he knows that it's not going to happen the way that he thought it was going to happen. They're both respecting each other. Big left hand thrown by Figgy. Figgy's looking for that left hook. Ooh, he eats a little tiny left hook by Moreno. It was just enough to stop Figgy. Coming forward, nice leg kick thrown by Deiveson. 2:44 to go. Another leg kick by Deiveson. Controlling the center of the octagon. Doing a great job of cutting off the cage. Ooh, stiff jab knocks Moreno's head back from a low jab. Like a jab's holding his hands low. Very nice. And Moreno gets an opportunity to go again for the double leg. Figueiredo shrugs it off. Goes for a left hook of his own. Jab 1-2. Ooh, wings on a high kick does Moreno. He's on his back now with an active guard. He's looking to up kick, but Deiveson's doing a great job of trying to pass. He's looking to land that right hand from the top. He's trying to pass the guard. Great guard by Moreno. And he's able to do like a little sweep to get up from the bottom. Moreno's doing a fantastic job. Lands a stiff jab. I'm liking this fight. Throws a jab, misses. Really good job here by Moreno as well. Right hand landed there by Figgy. Stiff jab by Moreno. Deiveson throws a left hand. Moreno throws a left high kick up again. This is a very good thing to do. That's a very, very smart thing to do what he's doing. He's finishing that combination with a left high kick. That left high kick makes Figgy keep his right hand at home, which is his power shot, makes him keep it at home. And one, ooh, big left hook landed by Figgy. Big one. Figgy's looking for that left hook. Another left hook landed, and a little uppercut landed on the exit by Figueiredo. Figueiredo's seeing something here, and he sniffs blood, and he's coming forward for Moreno. Jab thrown by Moreno. I think Deiveson's starting to get the measure because he's standing just outside the jab and looking to counter with the right hand. Throws a jab, wings with a left hook, does Moreno, and misses. Throws that jab again. Moreno's throwing that jab, and Figgy's looking to land that right over the top. Nice, he sort of counter. Throws that right hand. They clinch in there, throws an elbow, and again Moreno goes for the double leg and throws a left hook on the way out. They exchange nice stiff jabs on the way out. 45 seconds to go. That left kick that he's throwing is very, very, very smart. Figgy now in the southpaw stand is Deiveson. And he can land power. Ooh, throws a nice high kick. Throws a right one. Nice combination. Elbow comes in by Deiveson. There's 18 seconds to go. He's really coming in hard, showing Moreno that Moreno can't hurt him, so it seems. And he's throwing big bombs, big power, but Moreno's going to see a second round. He's taken some of Deiveson's shots here. 5 seconds, and it gets harder and harder to finish. Ooh, he wings on a left hook and eats one of Moreno's own. Now, this is very, very interesting. Very interesting. One of the things that Moreno's doing is he's throwing that left high kick at the end of the round, at the end of each combination. So what that's doing is making Figgy keep his hand up because he can't take it on the face, obviously. So one, that does, it wears the power shot down by hitting the arm, and also it makes you hesitate to throw that right hand. So it makes you start to keep that right hand at home. He's landing this jab is Moreno. He's landing this jab, and that left high kick up high, that's money. But Deiveson he's throwing it himself. That high kick was good. Man, Moreno's head is made of concrete, honestly. And this is the chances of a knockdown start to decrease the later we go in the rounds. Uzbekistan, how are you? Thank you for watching, my friend. He does look like Benicio del Toro, doesn't he? Does Moreno? Okay, and we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Southpaw stance is Deiveson. Again, right hand by Moreno. I like it. Left kick down the middle. Now it's back to orthodox stance. Is Deiveson. Oh, big spinning back kick to the body to Moreno. That hurt Moreno. That did hurt him. He did land that. But a nice combination thrown by Moreno. Left hook to the body and then a left hook to the head, followed by a jab. Moreno's answering and a right kick to the legs by Figueiredo. And another one. He's landed two big leg kicks, has Deiveson. But Moreno's not looking phased at all. He's moving well. He's getting another leg kick landed, but right hand over the top by Moreno. Jab by Moreno. Exchange jabs. They're pouring. Moreno's doing a fantastic job. He's doing a fantastic job. Now he went to the body, left rip to the body, left hook to the head. Moreno's not Figueiredo's not answering them as much as he was before. He's throwing one-offs. Oh, he hit Moreno with a combination there, but it's not phasing him. And Deiveson does look like he's slowing down a little. They exchange jabs. Two jabs from Deiveson, one from Moreno. Another leg kick by Deiveson. Moreno seeming to grow in confidence a little bit. The thing is with Deiveson, he's not throwing a lot in the mid-distance. He's not throwing a hell of a lot in the mid-distance. And he gets taken down by Moreno with a body lock and an outside trip. Fantastic job. Deiveson gets straight up. I think there was an eye gouge here. We're stopping the clock because I can do that now. I believe there was an eye gouge on the way up. Deiveson has slowed down, ladies and gentlemen, and he has slowed down significantly. He has slowed down significantly. He has slowed down a lot. And Moreno, I think if it stays like this, Moreno can do this because he's not getting hurt by the shots and he's not intimidated and he keeps coming forward. And he got eye gouged bad, did Benicio del Toro. He's slowing down a lot. We're off. I don't know what I did. Okay, reversal there by... They're exchanging big shots, big powerful shots in the middle. Left, right now, they're just exchanging. They're winging shots, but Moreno's wearing them very well, and he's landing some back of his own. Deiveson has slowed down a lot. He's not putting anything in the mid-range as well. He's walking in and throwing. There's no jabs. There's no anything in between. He's just throwing. Both of them are landing big shots, but Moreno's looking very, very good. Left hook, exchange of left hooks, both of them connected. Deiveson seems to have hit him a little bit harder, but Moreno's got a chin on him. Great work. Exchange jabs. Another jab by Figueiredo. Moreno puts his hands up in a gesture saying, what's that going to do? I translated it like that. I don't know. Now Fig from the southpaw stance lands one to the body. Moreno undisturbed with a big overhand right of his own. Then hits him with a jab. Right hand over the top by Deiveson, but Deiveson's throwing one-offs now. He's just throwing one-offs. Leg kick by Deiveson. He has slowed down a lot. Looking for angles, and I do not believe that he still has a knockout punch left. I don't believe that he does. Of course, if he catches him flush, yes, but I don't see him catching him. I see it slow down significantly. Overhand right landed combination landed by Figgy, and I think there's another eye gouge. He lands a big right hand on Moreno. Moreno gets a clinch and gets a takedown again. What a fantastic job. It looked like he'd been eye gouged, and then he took a massive shot, massive right hand, but now he's got in the takedown. He's turned, he's landing big ground and pound. Deiveson is able to stand up. Right hand landed by Deiveson. Deiveson hasn't got the shots anymore to make Moreno scared. They exchange jabs. Landed combination by Moreno. Deiveson's got a chin on him as well, but Moreno's landing the shots. And now for the first time in the fight, Moreno seems to be starting to control the center of the octagon. And we got the end of that round. What a fantastic showing by Moreno. I don't know who won that round. I don't know. I'm just watching this I don't know who won that round. This is a very, very interesting fight. So, yeah. That's what I thought. I thought, man, if it doesn't finish in the first or second, I think Moreno wins this. I think Moreno can win this. I don't even know who won the second round, to be honest. You guys tell me what you think who won the second round. But yeah. But that eye can swell up too, depending on how bad it is. Could close that eye up. Another one more good eye poke will close that eye up. Man, if you haven't, go listen to the podcast with Moreno. Beast. And we had him on here first, people. His eye looks bad, man. His orbital could be broken. You're right, Jason. If your orbital's broken, though, you can't take too many shots. You can't blow his nose either, because the pressure will blow your eye up. If your nose is broken or orbitals, anything to do with your sinuses, you've got to be real careful. We're off, people. We're off. If his orbital's broken, one or two more hooks, like that one jab even, it could finish it. Right hand landed right, left by Deiveson. These early goings in the first, like at the start of each round, it's crazy. Ooh, left high kick landed by Deiveson. But Moreno caught and throws a left hook of his own and a high kick of his own. They grapple. Left hand landed by Deiveson and a right hand to the body. But Moreno's tough, man. Wings with a left hook. Moreno lands one of his own. Ooh. Deiveson's overreaching a little bit. Another left kick to the body. Moreno takes it on the arms. Ooh, left straight to the face. Two lefts to the face. A right rip to the body. Massive elbow on Moreno's head. Moreno's head's made out of concrete, people. Moreno's head's made out of concrete. He took some damage in those exchanges. Ooh, right kick to the body. Deiveson's looking for... Ooh, slips down. Looks for an elbow. Again, Moreno with the takedown, with the body lock takedown. He's looking for it. Well, Deiveson's able to get himself to the cage. He's got his back against the cage. He's got double overhooks to Moreno's double underhooks. They're kind of holding on here. I don't know who this benefits, to be honest with you. Deiveson's looking to make some space and to get that underhook in. Has he got it? Now he's got that underhook now. It's a 50-50 fight. He's looking to land those elbows on the break. Deiveson's certainly the one doing the stalking now in this round. I think Moreno's really hurt. I think Moreno took a couple of big shots and he's hurt. But he's got the biggest heart, man, and he's fighting all the way. He's swinging big, massive shots. Another spinning kick by Figueiredo, but it doesn't hurt him. Massive. He's winging on shots big time. You lose a lot of energy when you go for shots and you miss. When you hit air, you lose a lot of energy. You can try that. Just go outside and swing as hard as you can in the yard. Jab landed by Moreno. Ooh, big left hook. by Figgy. They exchange jabs. Moreno's hit him with a combination of left hook straight to the chin. Another, he's landing them flush on Figueiredo. Figueiredo's walking through him. You don't want to take him on the point of the chin, though. He's taking him on the point of the chin. He's loading up with the elbows, really trying to get the finish. Here's Figueiredo. Ooh, left hook landed. Moreno's head is made of concrete. Another left hook, but Moreno takes it on the gloves. But that still rattles your head. Two minutes to go. Left hook by Moreno. Stiff jab by Moreno, right hand. Deiveson's got his hands down. He's taking a few straight on the chin. Low blow by Deiveson. Moreno gets 5 minutes. That was a low blow. The thing is, man, with short shots to the groin, and this is for anyone that's got testicles will attest to this. It's okay, they give you some time to recover, but like that can take the whole fight out of you. You know what I mean? You get hit flush in the nuts. Man, you don't want to make a sandwich, let alone continue fighting. Like, I really can take the energy away from you. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can really take the gas out of you. Really, 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 really. Deiveson looks like he's also breathing very, very hard. That was a huge shot, man. He took. That was a huge, huge shot. And he looks to be in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. He's got 3.5, 4 minutes to get better. He's up. He should take the whole time. He should take the whole time. He doesn't look good. And his corner's got to let him know. His corner's got to tell him, look, man, take the whole time. You got 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go. Take your time. You know, take your time. That's what they should be saying, and I'm sure they are. Yeah, it's pretty. He's saying he's okay, I think. 3 minutes to go. We're about to start. They've taken a point. Now this becomes so interesting. They've taken a point. They have taken a point from Deiveson. This is very interesting. I had Deiveson winning this round, but I'm not thinking. Oh, right hand. Flurry by Moreno right off the bat. The break would have helped Deiveson as well. They exchange punches and kicks. Deiveson's looking. They're both trying, but the best I think that Deiveson can get out of this is a draw for this round. So it makes it very interesting how the judges scored the second round. He goes for a takedown. He gets it on Moreno. He gets it. Moreno is looking for an omoplata. He's not going to get it. Deiveson's stacking him. Deiveson stacked him. He's looking for a pass, but Moreno looks very comfortable. Looks very, very comfortable here. But I think Deiveson can hold him down. The smart thing would be for Deiveson to just try and hold him down and get a little bit of a rest. But Moreno did a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic at getting up to his feet. And Deiveson keeps holding him. They're looking for elbows. They're looking for exchanges. Ooh, big uppercut by Deiveson. I don't know who wins this round. I don't know who wins any of the rounds. Inside low kick by Moreno. Deiveson slowly throws a kick. Oh, hits him with a little jab on the way out, and a cheeky jab on the way out. But don't read too much into the significant strikes, boys, because it's got more to do with like what's actually happening in the fight. I don't know how they call the significant strikes a lot of the times. But man, I don't know who is winning this. A flurry by Figueiredo, and nothing doing. Misses with a left high kick. Time. Man, that was pretty interesting, man. I don't know who's winning this fight. The most that Deiveson could have asked for out of that round is a draw. I don't know if he won that round, he got a draw. Who won the second round? I don't know. Who won the first round? Deiveson, my opinion. This is just all my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't hear it, but yeah, man. Yes, man. 6. Have you ever thought about doing commentary, Fab? Just now, since I've been doing this with you guys. But if you know someone that's looking for a commentator, hit me up, man. Let me know. Oh my god, man. This is crazy. This is one of the best fights I've seen, you know. And we are off, people. They're stopping it. Okay, we're off, guys. It's a crazy fight, man. Flying knee by Figueiredo. Of course he's going to throw a flying knee. Misses with a jab, does Moreno. They exchange jabs, and Moreno seems to have come off the second best in that one. Figgy snaps his head back with a jab. Showing the right hand and coming in with a jab. He's done this 3 times now. He's showing the right hand and hit him with a jab. Throwing, nice, hits him again with a jab. He's landed this jab about 4 times. Ooh, Moreno hits him with a nice short right hand right on the chin. Figueiredo's got a chin as well, man. Left hand. Oh, the exchange. Moreno again. Every time Moreno gets hit, but he gets hit a little heavier from Figueiredo. Right, he goes up high, does Moreno. They both did. They both did in that exchange. They both exchange right hands. The thing is with Figgy, he can create so much damage from that southpaw stance. Throws the right hand. I think Figueiredo got a little bit wobbled there, man. Tiny bit. Moreno's looking really tight in a traditional peekaboo boxing stance. And Figueiredo's throwing the kicks over the top. He's going for a takedown. Here he is. Looking, and Moreno done a fantastic job of turning the takedown, turning the scramble, and going for a double leg of his own. And this is where I like it from Moreno. Figueiredo's slowed down immensely. He's not scrambling to get back up. He's not Granby rolling. He's not doing any of the stuff. He's accepted the takedown and he's on the floor. Moreno on top. A lot of round left to fight. Moreno's looking for that wrist control. See how he's got his head above Figueiredo's head. That he's doing everything right. That's what you want to do in this position. So he's got that wrist control. He's looking for the wrist control across the back. Now his head's underneath his head, but you want to have that head above the head. Figueiredo's going to get up. He got up and he hits him with the right hand for his troubles. There's 3 minutes to go. Right hand over the top by Figueiredo. Left hand taken right on the chin of Moreno. Figueiredo slowed down completely. His hands are down and he's throwing one-offs. Oh, he hit him with a massive right uppercut left hook, and Moreno takes it like it's nothing else. He hit him. His hands were near the ground where that uppercut came from. Hit him with a flying elbow. And he's walking him down with his hands down. Hits him with the lead elbow. Goes for a flying elbow again. Moreno's hitting him. Figueiredo slowed down completely and he's falling. He's falling. Moreno's going to get this takedown. Moreno's going to get this finish. Moreno's going to get the finish. Figueiredo has nothing left. There's 2 minutes to go. They exchange jabs. They exchange jabs again. Exchange jabs again with a stiff jab. Figueiredo gets Moreno. So Moreno threw the jab, but man, Figueiredo's getting tagged here. He's getting tagged. They're both exchanging jabs. Figueiredo's looking for the right hand over the top, but he doesn't have the power anymore to put him away, I don't think. And he's getting tagged himself. He's getting tagged. Moreno's much quicker than him now, and his jabs are coming straight down the middle while Figueiredo's trying to loop over the top. Moreno could do this, man. Nice. They exchange jabs. This is the 4th round, bottom of the 4th round. And I don't know who's winning this fight. Right hand landed by Figueiredo. Oh, big exchange there. And a takedown by Moreno. What a great job. And he's looking for the mount. He's got half guard now. This round has got to be for Moreno. But Figueiredo's landed some big monster shots. But I don't see him winning this round. He's got a foot on the hip. He's going to try and get up. There's 58 seconds to go. He's pushing away. He's landing the elbows. Moreno's saying that he's getting eye gouged. Figueiredo says that he's not eye gouging him and he's landing the elbows on his head. He's landing those elbows. He is landing the elbows, though. He's posting off on the head and he's landing the elbows from the bottom. He's doing some damage here. He's managing to land the elbows. So he posts on the head and lands the elbow. He's landing those elbows. He is landing the elbows from the bottom. If anything, there was more damage done by Figueiredo there than Moreno. But Moreno lands a big left hand over the top. Moreno's certainly active, man. He's going for it. He's landing. He's getting damage. Deiveson's up. Oh, he swings a backhand at him. Swings another backhand at him. Moreno's throwing the combinations. Figueiredo, he looks to be in a lot of trouble. There's 7 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to see a fifth. We're going to see a fifth. Wow. Wow. I think Figueiredo doesn't have the shots anymore. And he's taking them on the chin. But Moreno has got a fucking chin, man. He just eats them for lunch. Wow. I don't know what's going to happen there, man. I don't know what's going to happen here. Figueiredo's not looking good cardio-wise, I think. He's got a small cut and a bit of a mouse under his eye. But that's from the exchanging of jabs, I'd imagine. And Moreno's head looks like bad. You know what I mean? It looks pretty bad. It looks like that eye will close up. But they're going to get through this fifth. I don't know who's going to win this. Moreno looks like he's got more cardio and he's got more on this back end. Figueiredo looks like I can't score it. I got Moreno winning, actually, if you ask me. I got Moreno winning. And don't forget, there's a point deduction. With the point deduction, I don't know, you know. Deiveson's holding the center of the octagon. Moreno's taking some shots, man. I think whoever wins this round is going to win the fight, my opinion. It's pretty crazy, man. I can't call it. They're really feeling each other out. Ooh, nice kick from southpaw from Figueiredo. Doubles up on that kick right on the forearms of Moreno. The third one goes to the forearm of Moreno. So it was shin to forearm, ladies and gentlemen, but he hits a stiff jab, does Figueiredo, from Moreno. Another big kick like that from the southpaw stance on the forearms can break the forearms. And I think that's what he's going for. He's going to really hurt Moreno here. He's looking for it. He's looking for that big kick to the forearms. Now he's gone back to orthodox, so it's not there. Obviously, Moreno did something to put it away. Right hand over the top. They land the combination, but Moreno takes him on the beard. Nice movement, moving around. Southpaw. Figueiredo from that south. Ooh, throws a left hook lead from the southpaw stance. Does Figueiredo. He's looking for this kick to the forearms of Moreno. Very smart of him to do this. And it also, then he swings that left hand. But it also keeps Moreno's hands at home, you know? The way he's doing that is very good. He needs to throw that again. Throw that shin into that forearm. Moreno's holding the center of the octagon. Deiveson's moving around. He's looking for it. It's going to come. He feints. There's 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go. I don't know what they're going to give this fight, man. Probably a draw. Like this, I have no idea how to score this fight. And you get caught up in commentating. That's why commentators shouldn't say who they think won a close decision, because you get caught up in it. Like, I could not tell you who I think wins this fight because I'm commentating. I'm calling it. It's completely different. Deiveson's moving around. They're in the center of the octagon. Southpaw to orthodox. No, they're both orthodox. I'm sorry. Now Southpaw orthodox, Deiveson in South. There it is. There's that kick to the forearms. Keeping those hands at home. Oh, the combination landed by Moreno, but a left hook landed by Deiveson. Oh. Exchanges there. These guys have got, oh, my God. Right hand by Deiveson. Moreno just keeps coming forward. Oh, lands a little left hook, does Moreno. Moreno wants it. He's there. He's in it. They're exchanging. Moreno's holding the center of the octagon. Deiveson kind of corrals him back. They exchange punches. Moreno slips and falls. Deiveson with a leg kick. Moreno kind of checks it just in time, short on a jab. He's looking for this kick. This kick from Deiveson to the body that lands on the forearms of Moreno is money every single time. Left hand by Deiveson, very good. Switches back to orthodox. Oh, little hook on the way out, landed by Moreno. This is very, very interesting. These guys, 50 seconds to go, still can be anyone's fight. Deiveson moving around. Nice. Oh, Moreno's holding him up against the cage. He's got a deep underhook. Here's the thing, man. Up until this point, I have Deiveson winning this fifth and final round. Should Moreno get a takedown here and some nice ground and pound or something, I don't know. But at this stage, if Deiveson can break off and circle away, he wins this round. Who wins the fight? I don't know. He's got great head positioning, does Moreno. Oh, nice throw by Deiveson from the Uchimata using that whizzon. He's going to land with finish this round with some heavy ground and pound. There's 5 seconds to go. He's landing huge ground and pound. Time. And he stares Moreno back. And they're hugging now in the middle. And they're saying something to each other. But wow. Wow. What a fight. What a fight. What a fight. I don't know. To me, Deiveson won the last round. I'm just saying, like, it could be obvious, but to me, he won the last round. He won the first round. That round that he got a point deducted could have been a draw. I can't remember properly, second and fourth. It depends. It just depends because I don't know how the refs scored, what they scored. I can't remember the second round properly. So, real interesting fight. Bang. That was money, man, all night. Left rib to the liver and one to the chin. That was good. Oh, man. I think Moreno's arm's in a bad way. Oh, my God. Moreno can take shots, man. His toes went up his urethra, dude. That's how bad that fucking low shot was. Moreno hits a big double, hits an outside trip, and down they go. Bang! That uppercut. Oh, my God. That uppercut left hook. I remember that one. That was a huge one. He landed some big shots right there. That combination, that flurry on Deiveson. Deiveson was in La La Land. He was on skates there. I don't know if Moreno realized how badly he had Deiveson hurt there because he had him hurt. In this round 5, boom! Those shots, man, those shots keep the arm at home and also break the arm. That's a very, very important one. Wow. Guys, let me know, depending on who wins this, but let me know who you think with all the other fights. Who should fight who? Kevin Holland, who should he fight? Who should, all the guys that fought. That was crazy. Ciryl, who you think Ciryl should fight? Here we go. Let's see. Maybe a split to Deiveson. I don't know. Because of that point deduction, it just depends how they scored the other rounds. But do they beat the fuck out of each other? Let's see this. Who wins this? The suspense is killing me. Deiveson, yeah, fair enough. I thought so. Wow. Wow. What a fantastic effort for both guys. Wow. Tell me, where do we go from here? Who fights who? Who gets after what? Deiveson's fighter of the year, fighter of the fucking century. Moreno's got balls as big as church bells. So it was a majority draw. Okay. No, I can see that. Um, I can see that because of the he lost the point. A bit random, but where has Kelvin Gastelum been? I don't know. I think after he lost to Jacare Manson. I haven't seen him for a bit. Wow. Fucking wow. Well, yeah, he's got himself a rematch. Man. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not surprised that it was a draw. I don't know, man. I don't know if Moreno had it because there were the fifth and the first. The fifth and the first were very clearly, in my opinion, this is just me to Figueiredo. And then the third, fourth, second, third, and fourth. I don't know how you. If see, there you go. If you give the second and the fourth to Thingo to Moreno, and the one in the middle is a draw, then it's a draw. 2 rounds apiece and thing. So, wow, wow, that was very very interesting. That was so fucking interesting. That was a crazy crazy. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know middleweight like this. I can't pick what they are anymore. You know what I mean? Because I think some of the older guys have gotten older, and I don't know exactly how good the younger guys are until we see. I think Rob and Israel are a fair bit ahead of everybody else, but um, but it's interesting, you know. Um, yeah, man. I Ciryl versus Lewis is interesting. Ciryl looked good. Ciryl looked super super good, man. That was that was pretty crazy. Um, I think he probably would have won. I think Figgy would have won if he hadn't lost the point. That's what I said when I saw the point loss. I said I think that it'll be a draw. That's how I saw it. Um, I didn't think it would be. I think that's pretty fair. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think the Vason has shown like a lot of like he has to be taken out of that first second round with someone like. But this guy, you got to be him as well. You got to be Moreno that can take that type of punishment. Not a lot, not a lot like that. Not a lot of people can take shots like that. He took, mate. He took some shots. You know, really, really rocked him. You know, really hit him, hurt him, and he just kept coming. So I don't know, man. I don't know what happens. He's got another one. He's got another fight. So good for him. You know, that was fantastic. I love that card. What do we do with Kevin Holland? You know, that's another one. What do you do with Kevin Holland? Who does he fight? I don't know. That's man, I was super impressed by that. Holland versus Vittori would be a banger of a fight. I think so too, but I don't want to see two young guys. I don't want to see two young guys that are up and coming like that. I'd rather see them fight like I don't know, Holland fight Hermanson, who he was meant to fight. No, but Hermanson lost, and Thingo's coming off a massive win. I just, you know, what do you do? You know, who you got there? And the top guys, they're all kind of coming off losses except Rob. And what does Rob do? Does Rob fight a Kevin Holland? Does Rob fight a Vittori? Does Rob fight Costa? I don't know. I don't know. The shots they took were crazy. I really don't know. If Figueiredo hadn't lost the point for the groin kick, he probably would have won that fight. Not probably, he would have won the fight. So yeah. Fab, I'm sure you've done karaoke before. What song is your specialty? Or if you don't do karaoke, what concert did you have the most fun attending? And did you crowd surf at the concert? That Pearl Jam concert that I had the T-shirt on for in the last podcast, that was probably the one I had the most fun in. I didn't crowd surf. I'm actually very low key person, dude. I don't do any of that stuff. But that was probably my favorite concert, I'd have to say. There were a few other ones that I've been to, but that was probably when it comes to my mind, that's probably the one that I enjoyed the most. It was just a cool little concert. Holland versus Weidman, convinced Weidman he needs to retire. I don't know, man, because I think Weidman, Jacare, that ilk, that the thing is like Rockhold, what that division, middleweight, kind of got old as well. Like there's a whole chunk of guys that when people were coming through, they were fucking monsters. There's a whole chunk of them, Jacare, Romero, Rockhold, Weidman, that are gone, man. They're like not gone, but they're not, you know, they're not gonna. It's it's a changing of the guard, and I haven't seen the young guys from that division coming through because even Holland and Vittori, they're not super young either. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what happens there. I think Rob beats Costa pretty easy. Not easily. I don't want to say easily, but I think Rob beats Costa. I think Rob's just quicker, more versatile, hits hard, just as big in the divisions. So I don't see what Costa does to Rob. I really don't see. I mean, he can catch Rob with something, of course, but I don't see Costa beating Rob. Sorry, no disrespect to Costa, but fuck, I was wrong too, man. I was wrong before, and I've been wrong on this card, and I was wrong on the last card. However, please give me credit because I did say that Moreno. I was right with Oliveira to have picked Oliveira, but I did say that Moreno would could take this later in, and it was close. Hey, Brunson versus Holland sounds good. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know, but I don't know like why, like where this puts Holland after that fight. You know what I mean? Because if I was Holland, I would be campaigning for the top. That's what I'd be doing. You don't get all these guys are dangerous, and whenever you can get the fight for the belt, you have to take it. You know, you can't say no or for the belt or for the top. You know what I mean? You have to take it. And so Holland Brunson is very dangerous, man. You don't want to get in there and eat one of his left hands and it's game over. You know, you want to if you're going to lose, you want to lose right at the top. So for Holland now, I think it's 5 wins in a row. I don't know what he's going to be ranked at the end of this. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what the go is there. You know what I mean? So that's interesting, man. I'm going to do a post-fight thoughts. So please, man, let me know what you guys think. And I just want to say, man, thank you so much to everyone. Thank you very much for the people that donated. Please buy the merch, guys. It's you'll be able to see it there on the bottom. Really appreciate it. If you do buy it, please tag me on Instagram while you're wearing it. I'd really appreciate that. And also, I was going to say to you guys, thank you, man. Share this with anyone you can. Tell people about it. Keep supporting the channel. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. The only active fighter left for Holland in the top 5 is Vittori or Hermanson. Cannonier is injured and Till just broke his foot. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's a bit, the middleweights are a bit weird, man. Like, it's kind of weird position that all the middleweights are in. But does DeBronx want Hooker? Why would he fight Hooker? He's gonna campaign to fight the winner of McGregor and Poirier if he doesn't already get a shot for the belt. You know, so yeah. Don't forget as well, Holland fought 5 times this year. He doesn't have to be the first cab off the rank next year. Would love to see him fight Gaethje as well, but seems like Chandler Gaethje is already going down. Thank you guys. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I love doing these things. I'm going to be a bit bummed for Christmas and that because I really like doing the shows. I going to try and do the Glory one, but it's going to be hard. Next week, there's a whole bunch of fights. There's boxing, there's Glory, and there's a UFC. So I tried last time to do both, and the viewership died. So I'd rather do this like this and just do the UFC cards. So that was incredible, man. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. Please, guys, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell all your friends. Please. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.